Hello, everyone. Hello. Shut up, Thrang. Stop talking, okay? Guys, you don't understand. You don't understand how annoying this is. Do you have any idea how irritating it is to try and look up information on this guy on YouTube when half of his videos are age restricted and require me to sign into a different account in order to use them? A different account which means that I automatically get logged out of my live streaming account, which I'm also trying to make operable in order to stream, okay? Look, it's not easy. It's not easy. But here I am. I am here to all 54 of you for some insane reason, and thank you. Welcome to what is probably going to be one of my spiciest streams in a very long time, because I've got a lot of stuff to cover tonight, an awful lot of stuff. Very annoyingly, I have been blocked by the subject of today's video, so getting through his content is going to be a little bit irritating, but you know what? You probably won't care, because this guy is so irritating, so annoying, and has such a god-awful, disgusting model that I don't think you actually want to see him on the stream all that much. Now, I would like you all to explain to me why on earth somebody who is trying to be taken seriously has a model like that he does. Because, good grief, does the god have just a dreadful, dreadful model. It is the ugliest, most revoltingly stereotypical model I have ever seen. For history, we are talking about a black man, a rap artist, a rap battle artist, because for some reason we live in a society where such things can exist. And he has decided to attack VTubing as a whole. For some strange reason. Apparently because his career is in the toilet and he feels that he has to attack VTubers in order to be relevant. Because he's become a VTuber, and I was looking into statistics. The guy gets... Now, in fairness, the guy gets millions of views on his rap videos, but most of them are years and years old. I have no idea if he does anything currently, but he is currently trying to be a VTuber. And, of course, he has only gotten a couple of hundred CCV on most of his videos. And, as a result, he has decided to blame other VTubers, because, of course, his people being cunts, obviously. His people thrive on being obnoxious as humanly possible. I don't understand it. In fact, allow me, before we get into the big stuff, allow me to preempt any accusations that I have that I will inevitably get that I am racist. Because I am not racist. I hate all races equally. I think there are equally valid reasons to despise every single race in the entire world. But beyond that, I just want to say, the black community in America has an awful lot of very, very legitimate problems. And quite a few of those problems were caused by white people. In particular, you might want to look into the whole three-letter agency stuff and the distribution of crack cocaine. And just wonder to yourself after looking that up, I wonder if this was racially motivated or not. You might want to look up, for example, like the Tuskegee syphilis experiments and wonder, maybe that was racially targeted. There's plenty of reasons for black people to be very, very angry in America right now. VTubers are not a legitimate source of that hatred. And I am consistently amazed by the fact that black people in America can look at all the problems that surround them and consistently then proceed to target the most ridiculous aspects of modern culture. HRT was to gamers what crack cocaine was to the black community. Proctor, no matter how much you hate the American government, the Americans hate the American government more. Everyone that doesn't understand how effed black culture on the West is and calls you racist for noticing is an idiot not worth listening to. Yes. In fact, I will say this to people, and probably people in this chat won't like to hear this, but I honestly do think that black culture in America deserves help. I think that black youth deserve an awful lot of help. I think that people such as, for example, Thomas Sowell, pointed out very accurately that the kind of help that people give to black culture today is completely useless and counterproductive. I think their culture needs to fundamentally change from the ground up, and many, 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 many black people would agree with that stance. And in fact, I made sure to look up several of them, before starting this video, so that nobody in future who is coming to this video and is watching me can possibly say that I am just a white person that is punching down at black culture. In fact, I'm going to start with some of the commentary by black VTubers and black content creators who are saying to people like The God, no, you are painting us all with the same filthy brush as you allowed yourself to be painted with. And guess what? We don't want you to represent us. It does help the right kind where victimhood is not there. Yes, victimhood is pathetic. Victimhood is pathetic. And I hate victimhood. I think that saying... In fact, I think that it's an incredibly racist thing to say, isn't it? It's incredibly racist to say that black people are in some way inherently disadvantaged, and that in order to be as good as whites, white people have to bring themselves down so that black people can climb above them. Isn't that just astonishingly racist? That's saying, oh, you poor people, white people have done so much damage to you black people that now you're just incapable. You're just completely incapable of reaching up to our level now. So the way to solve that is not for us to repair the damage that we did to you. No, we have to damage ourselves just as much so that we're all on the same level. That's not a racist attitude in any way at all. Why would they change when they get Gives Me and a free pass to do whatever they want? Oh, the rapper who can't rap and VTuber wannabe? Oh, yes. Black people's biggest problem is their backwards culture. Good luck trying that. As an aside, the US Congress has an approval rating of 12% among Americans as of February 2024. It's just so sad. It's when you look at, for example, things like the Summer of Love, the wonderful Summer of Love, and you think to yourself, oh, it was black people striking out against their evil oppressors. And, maybe. Then you start to look a little bit at the statistics of the property damage that was caused during the BLM riots. And you start to notice little things like the fact that most of the businesses that were destroyed during the BLM riots happened to be owned by racial minorities. Hello, Spinozilla. Oh, hello. French started to use the guillotine for less. Terry A. Davis had something to say about... I'm not going to say that on stream too much. Oh yes, I will say, this video is going to feature the N-word an awful lot, because this guy cannot keep it out of his mouth for more than 2 seconds, and I will be playing multiple of his videos. But I think, for the sake of history, we should go back right to the start of all this. Allow me to just use studio mode to check where I am at the moment, because, good grief, I have had to rush through this. I had a 16-hour sleep, because over the weekend, I have been dealing with so much stuff, guys. I have been dealing with so much stuff. And then up to Tuesday, I was getting an average of 4 hours of sleep every night since Friday. Because first of all, we had the Kirche stuff, and I was dealing with that all over the weekend. And then I had to get up very early every single day for 3 days in a row. And then on Tuesday, I went to my first day of a course that I was very much looking forward to, and I got 4 hours of sleep before that. Because right as I was going to bed, somebody contacted me and was like, hey, can I vent to you about something for like 4 hours? And I was being the nice person that I was, yes, and actually that turned out to be really nice. So, but then after Tuesday, I was like, no, I need to sleep. I need to sleep so long, and I slept for 16 hours straight. I slept from, I think, about 6 p.m. in the evening till 3 p.m. Today. I got up at around 3 p.m. Over the weekend, I found myself in Ireland. Just don't monetize. I can't monetize anything. I have no intention of ever monetizing any video on YouTube. In fact, if you are not using an ad block, I genuinely think less of you as a person. I think you should, on every browser, you should go and download uBlock Origin immediately, so that you don't have to watch ads on any YouTube video ever again. But yes, we will swap over, and I will give people a brief recap of how this all started, because I'm sure there's at least a few people here that are not aware of what is going on right now. I use a script blocker personally. Any form of ad block is perfectly fine. Like I'm not like uBlock Origin and Brave are the two things that I usually use, but I have no prejudice against any particular ad blocker or anything. What if I don't have a PC? Then I'm sorry, you're a member of the inferior race. PC master race, all the way. I don't care if you're white, you're black, you're Asian, you're blue, you're lime green, or you're purple. If you use PC, you are automatically a higher class than somebody who doesn't. Anyway, let us swap over to where this all started. Use YouTube Advanced? I've heard of that. Apparently it's quite good. But again, uBlock Origin and Brave are the two things that I swear by. So this is where we all started, and there's some other stuff that I will bring in quite, as we go along, because it's all very interesting. Now, obviously, you can see this is a 31-minute video, which we are not going to talk about. However, there is a specific one here. Like, this guy's got 41,000 subscribers, so he's not too large, and he covers a lot of stuff here. And the interesting thing is that not too much of this stuff I actually thought was particularly bad. Like, he has things like selective outrage, weaponizing mental illness, parasocialism. All of these are quite legitimate concerns. And you know what? There is a universe. This is what annoys me so much about this. And this is what irritates me. Because, as somebody... I posted a couple of days ago on TVA. And I vague posted, because I can't really reveal who this person was. But I said there was somebody in the VTuber community who has a lot of connections. They have a very large audience. They have a whole ton of connections. And they have a problem right now. They have a pretty major problem that they needed somebody to talk to about. And out of all these people, all the people they know, only me, the owner of a gossip forum, mind you, only I was the person that they reached out to. And they said to me, the problem that I had, you and your moderators were the only people in my entire community who actually cared and tried to help me. So I can say with profound impact, there are plenty of problems in the VTuber community. I will not deny there are major, major problems with this industry. And there exists a universe where this guy could have made a video and gotten 1 million views and made perfectly accurate, valid points that I would completely agree with. I am not going after this guy because his entire video is terrible. I'm going after this guy because he had a chance. He had a chance to be completely honest, to be completely factual, and to make a hard-hitting, dramatic, and impactful video that actually said something and got attention. But no. The reason why he made this video was because he is pissed off at the fact that Maury Calliope is a more popular rapper than he is. I'm just going to spoiler that right now. That is the entire reason why he is so angry and he is so ass mad in all of this. Is that this entire thing has nothing to do with the VTuber community. It is entirely because this is a black man who is incredibly ass mad that Maury Calliope has a better rap career than he has. How does she do it? I don't watch Maury. I was never interested in Maury's content. Like, Maury is a perfectly nice person, but her content just does not appeal to me in any way. She's not the kind of person that I'm interested in. And yet, the way that she has been, if I ever have 1% of the ability to live rent-free in people's heads as Maury Calliope does, oh my, I will, I should run for an election if I get that much mental headspace in people. Skills issue Lamau. He said that unironically for real, not a joke. Yep. He kind of pisses around the point for a while and he tries to make it about the VTuber community. Throwing what's with all the black fragility in the VTuber industry on full display recently. We had Kenji who wanted to beat up white women for making jokes, and now this guy's jealous that a white woman raps better. Yeah, and this is also a thing. Before we even start this video, I thought I'd bring this, thought I'd point this out. Where is it? Because it's here somewhere. And I've completely lost it. That's very annoying. This is going to be a bit impromptu, but I'll just say right now that Kenji and this guy are friends. In fact, Kenji has appeared on the God stream, and so has it in the reverse. It's probably in Seething V Twitter somewhere, but people have been talking so much. Like there's a screenshot of him being on Kenji's stream, but yeah, those two are pretty close friends. And the funny thing is, a lot of people have been saying that with the whole skinship thing, that black creators pull together because of the whole, they're all black, so obviously they stand together. You know, it's a culture that stands together. You know who has said absolutely nothing about any of this situation? Kenji. Kenji has not made a single comment about this whole thing, when somebody who is supposedly his friend is being massively cancelled across the entire VTuber sphere for making a total fool out of himself. Kenji has been completely silent about him. I think Kenji's situation pulled him out of the oven. Yeah, I say what you will about Mori's work. She did put it in. She did put in the work. I can't look at his Thrang. I can't see that doc. Can somebody post that in TVA, because I can't see it because he blocks me. Are you Google drop? Oh my god. Somebody will have to rip that for me, because he has me blocked. I can't see it. Although I think I will actually be able to just copy the link. Give me just 2 seconds, guys, please. This stream might have massively derailed already. Give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second here. Okay, I need to rip this. 1 second. I need to rip this from my own personal archives, because I have no idea how fast he will. Some tools might be available due to heavy track. God damn it! God damn it! Okay, I'll use go full page. Go full page. Did I literally just start stream seconds before he dropped the document about me? Well, not about me, but oh dear. Oh my god. There, I've got it ripped. Good. I've got it ripped. Oh, so at least it's safe. Good grief! You guys have no idea how hard my adrenaline is going right now. So that's ripped. But I'm actually going to, before we go on to that, there's some stuff. There's some stuff I will cover first. You don't have an alt. The thing is, I actually used to use Twitter a little bit on previous incarnations, and basically all of my current Gmail things have a Twitter profile associated with them that I kind of started and then never went anywhere with. So here's watching you. You don't have an alt. He was the guy Kenji was talking with when he brought back up the Zion pedo allegations and started to mess that up. We're going to be here a while tonight, aren't we? I mean, that's the good thing. I have coffee here, I have a full water bottle, I have a ton of tabs open, so we can go through it. In fact, if we're going to do this, we can go straight to one of the funny things that I wanted to do. One second, please. So, I mean, yeah, I'll actually just link the whole thing in the chat for the moment. Where the hell is my stream tab? There it is. And I'll just pin this, so if people want to look at the original video or look at because somebody posted a very good summation of it, the racism part is the only real one. But for those who don't know, one of the massive problems with this video, and one of the main things that everybody has been going after him for, is the fact that he doxed one of HoloLive's talents in this video of his that he dropped. He doxed Amelia Watson by showing a video of her before she was Amelia Watson. Who formatted that doc? It's terrible. I mean, he probably put it together in like 30 minutes or so. I mean, I'm not going to judge him too hard for that. And the thing is, again, he would probably have gotten away with this if he hadn't both doxed Amelia Watson and then doubled down. No, he didn't double down on it. He tripled and quadrupled down on it, as we will see in some of the videos that we're going to be doing right now. But yeah, I think it's worth going over to something like this, because an awful lot of people are saying, oh, it's just white people against black people. You know, it's all the evil white and Asian VTubers just punching down to the black creator. Meanwhile, we have people like Carl here. First Player Carl is a really cool guy. I really like First Player Carl stuff. And he's pointing out some of the nonsense that's going on here. I do apologize, he gets quite loud, so allow me to just turn down my desktop audio before I play this. And while this is playing, I will just go and see if I can find some of the other stuff that I wanted to, because good grief, it's been a busy day today.
I'm not going to let you use my voice to justify your delusion. Let's start there. Secondly, if you cared about your mental health, you'd learn to stop using all of this bullshit to justify your grand delusions about how you think that you're a part of a big thing that you're not really a part of. It's not that big, it's not that serious, you're not that important. And more importantly, the argument of he is the black face to fuel and justify the rhetoric, and now black VTubers and characters will forever targeted with racism here in these spaces. No. Just this nigga. We don't, no. I'm not a collectivist. I don't believe in collectivism bullshit. Just this nigga. That nigga right there, that guy, for their actions, their behavior, their assertion, their representation, how they represented themselves, how they carried themselves on, that nigga, by themselves, alone. That's how it's supposed to work, by the way. You niggas are so cut on collectivist arguments that you easily make yourself debased and easily manipulated for anyone who wants to use you. Because you think that groupthink is the way, and it's not. Delusional shit. Delusional shit. Anyways. Any fucking ways. Be that as it may. From the people involved. Except that you guys are embarrassing not because collectivist guilt, but because the way that niggas like you act and the way that niggas like this act are why that happens. Think about that shit. And the next time you decide to think that you're going to speak on behalf of other people, don't. Just don't. You don't know what I'm thinking. You don't know what I judge people for. Despite the fact I told you what I judged before, you're gonna take this and then be like, you see, this is what I mean. Look at niggas like, I don't know what to tell y'all niggas. Like, I got a wife, I got a kid, I got friends, I have an audience, I have family. I don't, like, you niggas, do you have anything useful? Do you have any joy that you have in your life from anything else other than spurging at random people on Twitter? Because it seems like y'all niggas don't. And on that level, y'all niggas are cooked.
Yeah, I think that says pretty much all you really need to say. That's some peak audio, not the black screen. I'm sorry, I tabbed out of a different thing. His camouflage is on point, blends right into the screen. Based on individualism pilled, that is some peak audio. Yeah, I know. He gets very loud, but I mean, that's passion. That's serious passion. I don't blame him at all for that. And one of the massive problems with all of this is that this guy, I think his name is Shizzy or Skizzy or something. I think it's Shizzy on his, like, he's not always gone by the God or whatever the hell you say about it. This guy has had a number of aliases, a number of things said about him. And it would be very easy for him to say, oh, I made a mistake, or, oh, it was foolish of me to try and to dox Amelia Watson. He could have said, you know, I stand by everything that I said in the video, but I made a mistake, and I showed somebody's past life when that's a no-no in the VTuber community. Except no, he doesn't actually do that. And it's very, very irritating. And I actually forget precisely where he says it, but he, as you may have noticed on the thumbnail of this screen, well, no, that's not what I want to say, that's what I do. But he says very specifically, your past life doesn't justify what you've done in your present life. His attitude, and he literally said this on video too, if you go out there and you say something, and then you move to a new personality later on, it doesn't matter how much time has passed, it doesn't matter what happened since then, you're still responsible for what you said. And when you say something like that, you kind of set a certain precedent, a very interesting precedent. Because maybe you shouldn't say something like that if you yourself don't have a squeaky clean record. If you want to go out there and you want to say to the entire world of people you just pissed off by doing a very stupid thing that you don't believe that there is any cover for saying things on the internet, and there is no excuse for saying things on the internet, then maybe you yourself shouldn't say things on the internet that you don't want to stand for. Just give me a second here while I go to my lovely folder of receipts. Here it is. I have it on, and I'm not going to show his face because, my goodness, this is a very annoying avatar. I really don't understand why he wanted this avatar, because it is a disgusting avatar. It's a high standard that almost no one can live up to. Yes, glass houses. This man lives in the biggest glass houses of all. But let me play this for you. In fact, I will skip forward to, I think it's one, where does he start yelling about it? I may as well play this whole thing, I don't care.
Alright, so boom, right? Thorough. No edits, no none of that extra shit. Let's talk. Y'all and me, let's talk. This is the last thing I'm gonna say about any of this. It's gonna be a little weird sharing experiences like this on this model and shit because it's cute. But there's a nigga behind here. As nigga could be. You feel what I'm saying? A lot of y'all don't know who I am. So take this as a crash course, because I'm an asshole. Unapologetically. I say and do whatever the fuck I feel like doing or saying, and I'm stubborn when my niggas tell me it's a bad idea.
His avatar looks like a Bratz character, I agree.
Shout out to Kenji. Now, because I've been called a lot of things throughout this whole debacle. Xenophobic, homophobic, fatphobic, ableist, etc. But one of the things niggas is not gonna call me is a liar. And I ain't a nigga that throws stones and hides his hand.
Yeah, you are, because... because he did lie multiple times. You see, one of the major problems that he had with racism in the VTuber community is that he said that multiple VTubers out there were using the N-word as a slur in their videos. Now, not only does he use the N-word constantly in all his videos, okay? Now also, another thing is that he has no way of telling the skin color of any of these VTubers, and his best friend, Kenji, is exactly an example of that. If he didn't know that Kenji was a black man behind his white avatar, how on earth would he know if Kenji saying the N-word in any of his streams was racism or just him, I don't know, speaking his culture, as they say? So that's one point against him. Another point is, it's not the hard R, it's not the N-word. Yeah, another very good point is that all of the points that he was using in his video, where he said VTubers were saying the N-word, they were actually just saying a word in Japanese that sounds a little bit like the N-word. They weren't actually using the N-word. It's just a Japanese word that sounds a little bit like it in the wrong context. That's all. And the few times that they were actually saying the N-word, guess what? They were playing Grand Theft Auto. You know, the game where people say the N-word, where black characters say the N-word. They were repeating that because they're Japanese. They don't speak that language. They find it funny. You know, but we live in a culture where you're expected to be omnipotent at all times. You're expected to simultaneously know all the offensive speech in the entire universe, so that you never ever say anything that is even slightly offensive to any group of people in the entire universe. They're consequentialist, Proctor. The context doesn't matter to them. I thought most black people thought it was hilarious. Yeah, there's even black people. There are even black people in my Discord that I've had to tell off multiple times for trying to find new ways to say the N-word without triggering the censorship bot. And I'm like, guys, I don't care if you are black or not. Discord can't tell what your skin color is. If you get my Discord deleted because you say the N-word, I cannot then go to Discord and say, I'm sorry, the people saying the N-word were black in real life and they were just practicing their culture by saying the N-word. I can't do that. So if he should be, I mean, if he thinks that, if he thinks the N-word is okay, then fine. That's perfectly fine. I don't think the N-word is okay. Why do you think I'm not saying it right now? I don't believe in saying slurs to people. But at the same time, you cannot stand up there and you cannot have a double standard like that. You cannot say that a word, when it comes out of one person's mouth, is a dreadful, awful racial slur, and when it comes out of your mouth, it's just you practicing your culture. Black Americans don't make everything about themselves challenge impossible, gone racial. You cannot go to Discord and say, I'm sorry, the people in my Discord are developmentally challenged. Proctor, don't forget the bad hand signs. I played GTA San Andreas and thought the N-word was just regular ghetto slang without connotations. Yeah. When does a word... I would genuinely like... Sorry, I need to blow my nose for 1 second, please excuse me. I would genuinely like somebody to tell me how many decades, centuries, millennia is it going to take for the N-word to lose its magical power to offend people? Like, how long? Like, do you have any idea how many words that we say in the English language today were considered vicious slurs even a couple of 100 years ago? You know, in the English language, the words roundhead and cavalier. Roundhead and cavalier used to be slurs on the level of the N-word. They used to be derogatory terms that were explicitly used in racial or class contexts within the English language. What do you think about Are those still words that we shouldn't say? Honestly, between black folks, it's more of a what's up. It'll stop being powerful when people stop making it powerful. Yes, exactly. Like, there are so many words that people could say to me that I choose not to be offended by. You can choose whether or not to be offended by something. And if you genuinely are offended by something, then that's okay. It's fine. You can ask people, you can say to people, hey, maybe you shouldn't say that. And for example, there are plenty of things that I don't say to people because I know they're offensive. Could we say that Discord is unjustly prosecuting the mentally challenged if our channel gets shut down? It will lose its magical power once they develop self-awareness, so give it 1 or 2 million years. Certain people want the word to remain powerful for their own ends. Exactly. Never as long as it gives that culture power to ruin others. Anyway, let's continue with this video. It's actually not the video that I thought it was, but hey, we'll be here a long time, trust me.
So if after any of this you want to skedaddle, I dig it.
And also, I just want to say, this guy actually doesn't have a bad voice at all. If he was able to talk in a reasonable fashion, I would quite enjoy listening to this voice. It's a nice, soft voice. It's a nice, soft, and passionate voice, which, you know, I don't mind at all. It's just the way he uses it that makes... dear.
C'est la vie, you feel me? If niggas is gonna sue me for talking about some shit that was already up because Shorty's trying to distance herself from who she was, I get it. She has her right to want a distance. However, digital footprint, it allows for niggas to say, You feel me? So that's what I did.
Here we go. It's digital footprint again. Once again saying it doesn't matter how long you've done something in the past. It doesn't matter. You're still going to... We're still going to hold you accountable for that. Well, yeah, this is that in action right now.
I'd be lying if I said I feel sorry for doing it. I got a little bit of a platform to speak for people who can't, so fuck it. I'm shooting.
Yeah, speaking for other people again. As multiple other black creators and people have spoken out, you don't speak for them. How dare you take their voices away from them? If they have a problem with it, maybe they should speak up themselves. Why do you take away their power to speak for them? Too bad he's a condescending narcissist. Yeah, I miss the iDubbbz who tried to strip the N-word of its magical power instead of whatever he's doing now.
And I shot, and shit got crazy. But I meant what I said. And then none of y'all niggas gonna scare me off of no fucking platform and make me feel like I gotta give some fucking half-assed apology that I really don't mean, cause it's what'll make y'all feel better, and it's how niggas dodge bullshit in this fuck-ass community. I meant every word that I said. However, if Shorty feels bad that her face was brought back up to this magnitude in this light, that's understandable. I would never deny you your feelings if you feel them. You got that. Just like y'all shouldn't deny how we feel when y'all motherfuckers punch down on us and make the space uncomfortable because niggas is dark.
Yeah, exactly. It's the false... I love how he's still trying to make it all about himself at this point. I'll credit him this. He doesn't back down. He doesn't back down. He doesn't let go of a completely idiotic point when he has it. When he has hold of a completely stupid point, he holds on to it for dear life.
Fuck out of here with that bullshit. Now, a lot of y'all are chronically on the internet, so y'all not used to this type of energy without a backpedal.
Stop being phobic.
But check. This is who the fuck I am, B.
Sorry, I opened something else.
I'm from outside, and that comes with a lot of bad sometimes.
Well, this is the one I wanted, okay.
Niggas up, I was robbing niggas. I talk about it all the time in my music. It's what life was for me. Thankfully, a nigga been able to calm down a bit, because
You've been able to calm down now. Ah, yes, you sound very calm right this instant. You've been very calm the past while on Twitter. You were very calm to your girlfriend, weren't you, mate, whose tweets we're going to go over in a few minutes.
I've been focused on other shit, streaming, music, etc., blah, 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 whoop-de-whoop-de-whap, right?
He's like a pit bull and everyone featured in his video was a kid. I'm sorry you felt that way.
Cool. I was wilding the fuck out. It is what it is. I be wilding the fuck out. It is what it is. But I ain't never been no nigga that's gonna do some shit and not look you in the face while I'm doing it to you. You feel what I'm saying? I wasn't a nigga sneaking shit out of your house and acting like I ain't take it. If I was running your pockets and it was run your pockets, it was run your pockets. Niggas know my energy. If I'ma punch you in your face, I'm not gonna sneak you. I'ma tell you I'ma punch you in your face and give you the opportunity to square up, because that shit is pussy otherwise. Stand on your actions. You dig stand me? I am a grimy nigga when I gotta be.
Yeah, definitely not disproving any of the 13% allegations right there, are we?
It is what it is. I ain't never hide that.
I hate
Niggas
it is what
only
it
act
is.
shook up and shocked when they aren't the bystander of it and when they're the person that the barrel is on. You feel me? You feel what I'm saying? This ain't even some I'm so tough machismo type thing. You feel what I'm saying? This is just the reality of what my situation was and shit a nigga had to do to survive.
Ah, good grief. Proctor, who is your Discord shorty? I don't understand what you mean by Discord shorty. To be fair, this man is doing wonders for dumbing down the word. Then why ugly as sin avatar, brother? Yeah, this is another massive problem that I have with all this, is that this guy is trying to say, oh, I had a terrible lifestyle, I had a terrible life, I had a terrible childhood, etc. And you know what? That's sympathetic. That's genuinely sympathetic. I think that, again, like I said right at the start of this stream, black people have every right to complain about the fact that their lifestyles are terrible. But you know what? Most of it is self-inflicted. Most of it is part of their ridiculous and disgusting ghetto culture, which multiple black people, multiple black scholars, multiple black people who have gotten out of the hood, all have called out, all have said, you know, nobody, you know, it was the people, you know, it was your fathers that chose to walk out. You know, white people didn't make black families have a 75% single motherhood problem. You know, look up also, here's a fun game you can play. Look up lists of dead rap and hip-hop artists. And then look at who killed them. Because I looked up a list of 55 dead rap artists. And at random, I selected 20 of those. And I looked at who killed them. All 20 of that random 54 list were killed by other black people. Every single one of them was killed by drive-by shootings in the hood by other black people. You know, how strange. How strange is that? You know, in a nation where black people are apparently viciously persecuted by the white majority, where they are constantly shot and murdered by white evil police, why is it that pretty much every single prominent black person that I've ever looked up has been killed by another black person? Just food for thought. Just food for thought.
Don't like it, you ain't gotta stay.
So that one Boondocks bit then? Oh.
The door is open for you. I really don't give a fuck. You dig? Now, this is just for the people that are weaponizing my craft and my life experiences to prove a point. Y'all niggas know I rap. Y'all know what I rap like. And for the people that have been around, y'all know what happens when it's time to battle. Because I come from that. You feel what I'm saying? Sorry if my hand is just chilling here, but I got my mouse on and shit like that. You feel what I'm saying? So a nigga chilling with his hands on the table. Whatever the case may be. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Anywho. What the fuck was I saying? Oh, yeah. So, you know what I'm saying? When it comes time to battle, because I come from that, I've always been a nigga that gives back the same energy that I'm getting, or I'm going to make it worse. Way worse. Point blank, period. Early on in my career, I gave less of a fuck than I do now. If it was disrespect, fuck it. We taking the disrespect all the way. All the fucking way. And I'm going to match your input, and I'm going to take it further if I gotta, because that's just the type of nigga that I am. I told the nigga that I would give him a brain injury again after finding out that he had one before, and he had to get homeschooled. I told the same nigga that when his manager robbed him, his manager should have killed him.
Really not helping the self-reporting. Really not helping the self-reporting here. He's basically saying here, oh, because I have been an evil bastard throughout my life, that I don't care that I have been a monster, that I don't care that my morals are nothing, that I am a disgusting human being, that you can't punch down at me. You can't attack me, because I own all the monstrous things that I did. I didn't care, and you know what? I would have done more of them if I could. Yeah, that's not really the basis. That's not really the basis to push for a good cultural change. Run that back, what? Oh, I'll go back like, I'll just let him say that again.
Do now. If it was disrespect, fuck it. We taking the disrespect all the way. All the fucking way. And I'm going to match your input, and I'm going to take it further if I gotta, because that's just the type of nigga that I am. I told the nigga that I would give him a brain injury again after finding out that he had one before, and he had to get homeschooled. I told the same nigga that when his manager robbed him, his manager should have killed him. I spent a solid 4 minutes, fat as fuck, on stage, fat as fuck, standing next to a nigga and roasting and fat shaming him because he was fatter than me, because he brought up a time a nigga stole my song. I battled the nigga.
So wait, he just said that he fat shamed somebody. Isn't fat shaming like something that his kind of people really hate and are disgusted by? I wonder why his crew aren't calling him out for admitting to that, eh? Is this guy the new Assassin's Creed protagonist? I'm a piece of shit, but you can't judge me, dude. WTF? It worked in Atlanta, but society doesn't work like Atlanta. The racism bits are the best part of all streams. I mean, how do you even not be racist to somebody like this? I mean, is it racist to point out how completely morally bankrupt he is? I mean, it's like, if you know, it's like with Bernie Madoff. Is it racist to say that Bernie Madoff was a liar and a criminal? Am I automatically committing a hate crime by saying that Bernie Madoff was a monster of a human being? No, I don't think so. What did MLK say? What did MLK say? You know, I have a dream that people are judged not by the color of their skin, but the content of their character. Well, I'm judging this guy by the content of his character, which he is not making it very hard for me to determine. Is it racism if it's true? As long as you hate him alone and not the rest of his kin? And again, I've literally already played a clip of somebody who is a black person saying, yeah, you don't speak to me. Him and Uki need to collab. When will MLK be in an Assassin's Creed game? That would be an interesting... Oh dear, that would be... Actually, that would be terrible. Any criticism against him is obviously only racist. There is obviously no other reason. It's not like he gloats about his antics like it's a rap scene still. Oh dear.
That brought up one of my exes fresh off of the breakup, which was a great play, by the way. Shout out to dude, you feel what I'm saying? I found out that nigga had one hand and spent the whole song telling this nigga that he'll never jump rope, he'll never clap his hands, and all kinds of shit.
Honestly, that's pretty funny. I'll give him that. That's hilarious.
You feel what I'm saying? I battled a nigga dressed like a clown and like 2 other niggas like 13 years ago in a fake little diss tournament thing that ended up getting kind of crazy. And dealt with niggas calling me all kinds of gays, and I'm not even going to censor it for y'all niggas because y'all niggas need to understand the severity. Niggas was calling me all kind of gays and faggots and retards because I had lip rings and long hair before the battle. So what did I do? When it was time to battle again, I gave these niggas all that energy right the fuck back with slurs and everything. It is what it is. A nigga made fun of my boy committing suicide and said that he would rape my mom. So I told that nigga that his daddy died so he didn't have to watch him grow up to be a bitch. I never really been a high road nigga. If it's issues, let's make it issues. Proud? Nah. Regret? Meh. Kinda. Reciprocation, energy, you know, slap me, I'ma snuff you type shit, you feel me? I ain't afraid of my skeletons at all. I'm a grimy nigga when I gotta be. And sometimes when I don't, I will always wear my shit though. I came at y'all little meat-beating Oshi lusters and y'all favorites because y'all make this space uncomfortable for me, people that look like me, and people that live a lifestyle like my friends. If you don't like it, suck my dick. I ain't going nowhere. I'm not going to let you make me or any of my people feel bad because we're black or because niggas is gay or somebody's trans, etc., etc. I'm not having it. This shit is fucking corny. It is what it is. And I only took shots at Cali Pee because like most of y'all, I think the music is mid. It is what it is.
There he goes. There he goes. He can't keep her name out of his mouth. He really can't keep her name out of his mouth. Every single time, in every single one of these videos, he tries to insert this little attack against Mori Calliope. Oh, her music is mid. He absolutely cannot stand the fact that Mori is more popular than him. It oozes through all of his supposed attacks against the VTuber community. And we'll see in the next video. This one is nearly done, okay?
I'm happy she got fans though, but nigga, yeesh. You feel what I'm saying? Now, I'm gonna go take my extended VTuber vacation and what is it that these niggas be saying? Reflect.
Yeah, he's running away after all of this. I'll be surprised if he shows his face around the VTuber community anytime soon.
Reflect and do better, even though these niggas don't ever do better. They just come back the same way that they left and hide it more. I ain't hiding shit. I'm me, my nigga. I did bad shit. I do bad shit sometimes. I say whatever the fuck I want, whenever the fuck I want to, and I stand on how the fuck I feel. Don't like it? Suck my dick. I'm not asking you to stay. Respect my honesty or not.
I'm uncomfortable in a space that I'm new to, so it needs to change.
Either way, the VTuber community needed to be checked. I ain't even gonna say thank you for y'all time or nothing like that and act like y'all niggas is gonna improve from this, cause y'all not. And I'm not gonna act like I'm gonna improve from this either, cause I'm not. If some shit pop off, I'm probably gonna say shit again. It is what it is. Bing, bang, boom.
Yep, that's pretty much about sums it up. What a lovely person, everybody. I mean, at least he's honest. At least, well, he's not honest, but at least he's honest about doubling down, okay? I'll give him that. A lot of people would have run away from this, but hey. I'm happy that she has fans, has rackets. I hope he makes $1 million energy, and that idiot went down when he believed he was going to get lawyered. He's honest about being a terrible person. Yep. In fact, I thought that there was something rather entertaining that I could play, because I really have started to like the Boondocks an awful lot. And I thought this particular clip from the Boondocks was extremely good. So I will play it now on screen. Maybe you've seen it before, maybe not. But I think since the N-word has been thrown around so much already on this stream, if he believes this is going to get him a boost, he is delusional. This is going to haunt him for a very long time.
Excuse me, brothers and sisters, please. If someone could just turn off.
King looked out on his people and saw they were in great need. So he did what all great leaders do. He told them the truth.
Will you ignorant niggas please shut the hell up?
He just said what I think he said.
Is this it? This is what I got all those ass whoopings for? I had a dream once. It was a dream that little black boys and little black girls would drink from the river of prosperity, freed from the thirst of oppression. But lo and behold, some 4 decades later, what have I found but a bunch of trifling, shiftless, good-for-nothing niggers? And I know some of you don't want to hear me say that word. It's the ugliest word in the English language, but that's what I see now, niggers. And you don't want to be a nigger, because niggers are living contradictions. Niggers are full of unfulfilled ambitions. Niggers wax and wane. Niggers love to complain. Niggers love to hear themselves talk but hate to explain. Niggers love being another man's judge and jury. Niggers procrastinate until it's time to worry. Niggers love to be late. Niggers hate to hurry. Black entertainment television is the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. Usher, Michael Jackson is not a genre of music. And now I'd like to talk about soul playing. I've seen what's around the corner. I've seen what's over the horizon. And I promise you, you niggas have nothing to celebrate. And no, I won't get there with you. I'm going to Canada.
I love that last part as well, because wasn't this like 30 years ago or something that the Boondocks was on? I'm so damn old. I'm going to... Yeah, I've only watched clips of the Boondocks, but I have a dream of a beautiful Nubian queen to marry and have kids with. Never ask a racist what is the preferred color of his girlfriend's skin is. The only thing that's dated is counted as being remotely better, almost 20 years. No, Jesus was like 15. Okay, a lot of different words in chat, but no. The thing is, I would never have covered this guy. I would never have covered this guy because I was genuinely worried at the time, because I'm not a fool. I know exactly what people would say if I started to cover this guy and just said the whole, you're just, this guy has said something wrong about a Hololive player and whatever. But the thing is, I wasn't the only person speaking out against him, which was very good for me. I'm very happy that other people felt they had the strength to speak out against him. But as I said earlier, this guy came out and said there is no distance in time that allows you to escape the consequences of your actions. And that's quite interesting, because let's go over here. Which one of these is the right one? It turns out that the god has been throwing stones inside a very big glass house, because this is his former girlfriend. Which one of these is better, actually? Because there's one of them that doesn't work properly and another doesn't. I need to get this off my chest. I've seen the videos of Shizzy buzzing around this platform the past few days, and I just need to point out some hypocrisy and bring up some points. I'll speak on this categorically, so it's an easy TLDR read. For anyone who needs additional context, I am Woofy Bree. I dated Shizzy at the beginning of COVID, and we broke up about a year later. I worked on his first model around December of 2020, and I started working on a 2.0 model in the spring of 2023, and sent files in November 2023, but worked on auditions throughout December. This goes, honestly, I just don't understand, why does he like these disgusting models? Like, these models are absolute eye cancer to look at. And I am somebody who really likes bright, colorful models. I really like models that have a lot going on, but this is disgusting. It's just such a horrible crashing, screeching, horrible set of conflicting colors. The colors don't match up. You know, from an artistic standpoint, I would be embarrassed to use a model like this. And I'm somebody who is using this model on screen right now. That model looked like a Bratz doll that got live 2D rigging. It's basically Bratz. It's barely a step above those create-a-character things you used to get up on DeviantArt and Flash sites. The Timberlands! Sparkle Tuber, stop insulting his culture. I'll insult any culture that I like, especially my own. Remember, there's no good guys here. She still created that abomination. I mean, his official excuse is there were no artists to do POCs. Oh yeah, that's the classic argument. Talking about deep voice VTubers, Shizzy mocks the deep voice VTubers, but also says if your natural voice is deep, then it's all good. Interesting, considering he harassed a deep voiced VTuber by calling him a cancer patient or corpse wannabe multiple times. Shizzy also falsely accused him of having herpes and smoking packs of cigarettes in order to get the voice he has. All of which was out of malice, because the VTuber involved is close to me and would play games with me regularly. The bout of jealousy resulted in Shizzy talking poorly of the other VTuber. Even if it's out of hurt, it doesn't make it right. Outside of my own experience with Shizzy, a handful of people in his community voice act. If people want to rock a different voice from what is seen as natural, then so be it. Is some of that corny? Sure, but if it's not for you, don't watch. This is a creative space, and people shouldn't be ashamed to try and do something different. He brings up VTuber assets and how there are none for melanated models. While this is true for most POC creators, this is not true for Shizzy. I am his 1.0 and TBA 2.0 model designer/artist. You'd probably never know, and who knows if I will receive credit in the future. I have made around 40 unique toggles from hands to faces to recolors and clothing for his model, especially since it is very unique and will not mix well with available assets that do come in melanated shades. Even after receiving the final files, Shizzy still owes money on his 2D model and is currently behind 3 months, $1,500 on his agreed upon monthly payments. I am blocked on all forms of communication, so I can't even ask about it. Black men and running away from their financial responsibilities. Name a more iconic duo. I just have to trust that he will pay the agreed upon total of $6,000 by December. Guys, imagine paying $6,000 for this. Imagine paying $6,000 for a model that looks like this. Good grief. He has prioritized purchasing a new 3D and gummy model instead of paying towards the old model. Again, black people and extravagant spending. Name a more iconic duo. He is also using the exact art from the 2D model design for his current 3D model and gummy model without asking or crediting me. Some of the assets are literal copy-pastes of my art from the original. Just redraw it, man! I don't want to be upset with the artist, but I kinda am, since a lot of it is literally ripped and not redrawn. I don't know who made the 3D model or gummy model, but using my art without crediting or changing it is frustrating. I tried to handle things privately for months, but again, blocked everywhere, even email and phone. Not even... He agreed to pay what? Again, both are evil here, him not paying her charging that much for that. I recently... That's honestly not even that expensive. Like, artists charge huge amounts of money. But no, seriously, I feel for her. Being blocked when you're out by that much is haunting, and resignation sucks. Where's the money? Oh, I'm being pinged again. New tweet drop from the X. Oh, damn. Oh, damn. I will look at that after I'm finished reading this. Oh, this just evolves. This gets bigger and bigger. Let me have a quick drink of water before I continue. I just want to be paid so that I can move on, heal, and be done with it. I've put a lot of people on a back burner for him and his model because I was promised to be paid for all the rushing and work, on top of being rushed live on streams and threatened in DMs. That's all to say he has assets, and in 2024 are becoming more available and accessible to all. Not everything is going to be free. If you want a certain asset, don't complain to creators that are making free assets. Please hire someone to make what you are looking for. People doing nice things shouldn't be shit on for no reason. A handful of black artists and other artists are open and available to help you out. Could there be more? Absolutely. Is there an issue with artists denying service? Yeah, and if they do, call them out. I completely agree on this. Artists are scum. But so many of my fellow black creators keep ignoring the artists that are available for what they are looking for. I don't get it. Melanin Mafia has lists for your convenience. Again, bringing up the artists that do refuse working with darker skin should be outed. Now that's a topic I can get behind. Even I agree with this. If he'd made a post talking about how artists have literally refused to work with a darker skin model because they either don't like it or they don't have the skills, that's a perfectly valid topic to talk about. But no, he had to punch down and he had to attack people like Amelia Watson and Hololive because he doesn't like the fact that Maura Calliope is more popular than him. He mocks VTubing audience for shipping. He talks about shipping VTubers based on fan art or commissioned art, saying you shouldn't force relationships based on a photo. Shizzy literally harassed myself and another VTuber because of a YCH promo I made for my community. I am single, as well as threatening the other VTuber's life because an art piece a mutual friend of ours drew for us for Christmas. Not sexual, not even hugging, just standing by the way. Again, not dating anyone. Is anyone surprised at all that this guy is insanely jealous? New X tweet says he missed paying her the monthly 500 on Feb, March, and May now. Uh-oh. Bake the cake bigot. I mean, I will say, I really do think that there's a difference between a gay cake and just refusing to draw something for a black creator. Let me just make it clear. I know plenty of bad artists in the VTuber community. To be an artist in the VTuber community means you are at least 1 degree more insane than the average VTuber. Progdus ESL is hitting hard today. Look, that twit longer was savage AF. I agree. That's Captain Youngblood. Wilding rude boy. Be tripping. I can't even say that with a straight face. Who was the ex? It's literally this one, Woofer. But no, seriously, I've already talked about that. Proctus ESL's hitting hard today. Look, the grammar of these people is very hard to follow. He even went as far as no longer hiring the artists anymore, blocking and cancelling work with them just because of the art piece. I understand he's quick to anger and obsessive over me and who I talk to. This is still not appropriate behaviour to exude. Regardless of the fine details of our relationship, innocent parties don't deserve to have their livelihood threatened a multitude of times, even fearing to show up to conventions due to Shizzy's threats. By no means am I saying that I was perfect in our relationship with one another, but I tried my best to make a neutral space to conduct and finish our business. A lot of toxicity and poor behavior was conducted throughout the past year. I keep my mouth shut about private situations with others. I am not one to expose or talk about shit that I can handle on my own. Good on her. But when friends or money is involved, it gets a bit muddy. I have had to deal with a lot while handling my breakup with Shizzy, between him befriending my friends and other streamers I'm close to in order to keep tabs on me or if it benefited him. Was never interested in my friends prior to our breakup. Can I actually see what these... No, that doesn't work. I have these screenshots saved on my end, so I will just see if I can put them up on screen. Give me just 2 seconds, please. And in the meantime, I want to just, as background audio, while I'm getting this up on screen, I just want to play the other video that he put out, because, yeah. puts things in a lot of interesting perspective. Why do I have Terraria Calamity mod music open? Good grief, have I seriously had that open for weeks?
Stop. Got me a little Stop being phobic.
Okay, one nanosecond, please.
Stop being homophobic. Stop being transphobic. Stop being whatever the phobic.
So listen to this while I'm looking at this.
I don't do anger, but this faggot got me a little irritated. I've dropped it like bad habits, you faggot, you rabbit. I'm snatching this faggot back from heaven. You're a funny little faggot, and I'm sure I don't need a beat to launch this faggot off this planet. Cause all I did was smack a faggot dressed like a Jedi. Get back to your shake weight while I force fuck competition like a date rape.
No, don't worry, that was the end of it. That was just a 27-second long clip. But yeah, that's just a compilation that somebody made after he did that video about not being transphobic. And then suddenly, you know, somebody went and dug up all of that information. I like that word too. To be fair, the F word is a pretty fun word. Call them a candy ass instead. One day, Proctussi will have the Kirsche collab. I already had a Kirsche collab. She collabed at the very first stream I ever did. You know, Rick Ross got in trouble for a date rape line in a song. It wouldn't surprise me, but then again, I don't listen to this kind of music, so... Which is the one of the video that I really want to find? Is this it? Give me a nanosecond, please. Is this the one? I'm pretty sure it is. Yes, it is! Yes, it is. This is the one. This is the one I wanted all along. I do apologize. This is literally the last video that I found that I wanted to run. The one I wanted to run to begin with. I'm a fool, sorry.
I've had some time to think about it. And I know some of y'all are genuinely hurt by the way I talked about your favorite VTubers. Telling them that they're pieces of shit for their blatant racism and nasty behavior was unbecoming of me. Using audio and visual of someone throwing out the word nig and laughing about it in their past life as if they wake up and they're someone else now was wrong of me, especially because they didn't address it. It's just up on the internet for anyone to see. Why address it? There's someone new now. Why address and apologize for the bullshit of the past? That's not you anymore. I have no right to bring up how shitty someone was when they're a different doodle now. They have different outlines, different racism. Maybe Chat was breathtaking that day, and George Floyd was the only logical comparison. I mean, God forbid I bring up all the groomers that are running around with y'all, or the fact that Maury Callie Beepy doesn't rap that good and that Demon Dice shit that she used to do sounds like it.
Again, he can't keep Maury's name out of his mouth. We're 3 for 3 on videos that he's done where he can't stop bringing up how Maury Calliope's music is terrible. Maybe there's a pattern here.
Belongs at a VTuber clan convention.
Satan started screaming that the music wasn't good enough. Satan said I wasn't black male or hood enough. You're nasty looking. No, we don't. It's a lie.
Did I say what you all been thinking? But hey, there's an audience for everything, and at least her fans love her, right? So in true VTuber fashion, it was a learning experience that I'm not gonna learn from. In fact, I'm gonna run from this lesson. In true VTuber fashion, if I fucking shoot someone, then go and change my name and appearance. I still fucking shot somebody. You don't get to run from your past. New identity doesn't delete your bullshit. Address it. And I know y'all are gonna say, but she was telling a story. I hear you. I hear you. She also knew what she was gonna say and caught a cute little laugh when she said it because she knew she got the word off because ha N-word. She's probably a nice girl. But you know you shouldn't have did that. Y'all know she shouldn't have did that. So I just want to apologize to my dick for the copious amount of low quality sucking that y'all niggas been giving it. Y'all niggas is mad. Your favorite Oshi is a piece of shit and all y'all niggas is racist. Except for the shorties that were speaking Korean or Japanese or whatever. That was just a little troll, because y'all know what that sounds like. I'm sorry to y'all. I'm sorry to y'all. Y'all caught a stray. I'm sorry.
Speaking Japanese or Korean or shit. Imagine for a second if the things had been reversed. Imagine if it was a white person who had done a diss track about black people and that said, "Oh, I don't care. They were speaking like African or, you know, something or other," and he mixed up the languages and made a joke out of that. How fast would he have been destroyed on the internet? That video hit him back hard, I agree. He's so mad, rent-free. I've been so focused on his hostility and the actual complaint hadn't actually sunk in. A hood-hardened guy is this shook up by people making milquetoast rate bait jabs. You should drop a diss track. I have no interest in doing rap in any capacity. Turns out rap actually takes a lot of skill and vocabulary, which is why it's declining hard among the less educated. No, in fact, I won't... That is a very badly worded comment. Race bait, not rate bait, Proctor, please. Sorry. He thinks he's he thinks he's K-Dot. I have no idea who K-Dot is. I'm sorry. People who think that I know anything whatsoever about rap are going to be very sorely disappointed. Literally the only thing that I know about rap artists is the fact that an awful lot of them were killed by other rap artists or black people. Oh, let's go back to... I suppose I should finish this video. There's another like 30 seconds of it. I'm sorry, but you'll have to listen to this as well because I did.
And shout out to that one nigga I said I wanted to punch in the face when I was crashing out about my last bitch. You ain't deserve that. You would have been collateral. I'm a crash out. You got that. I be wildin'. I still don't like you though. Don't get it twisted. I still don't like you. You know who you are. Kiss, kiss, nigga.
That fuck 'em up. How much?
Oh yeah, this does have visuals on it. Let me just have a quick scroll through this, see what it's like. Oh, it's just him. It's just him being an idiot, of course. Naturally, he thought he was cooking with that video. The music he was playing was from Lamar's recent diss track. Not like us. But anyway, there's a little bit more to this Wolfie stuff as well. So she says here, on top of deleting every single Discord message ever sent to my main and most to the art account to hide all of this toxic behavior, threats, and mental/emotional abuse, when he states that he stands on business and is not afraid of skeletons, I am tired. I'm tired of reading about how he is a hero to the black community, and I'm tired of the black community being okay with someone being aggressive, rude, or hurtful just because they are telling the truth and because he's an ex-battle rapper. This is VTubing. We aren't battle rapping. These anime waifu/husbandos aren't holding a match to him, nor are they trying to. And then, of course, she provides just a little example of the deleted messages, which I have managed to salvage from my hard drive. You're still getting your credits regardless. I think you're shitty as a person, but I respect your craft. Yeah, no, after you get your model and shit, we're completely done. This is just so I don't have to see you on my Discord anymore. Paid. That's fine. I gave the invoice months ago. I don't know. Whatever. Oh, these are the deleted messages right here. ETA, don't have your mom send me anything. I don't want her weird ass anywhere near my shit. Well, when you get back from thotting around, hit me up. This man is so mad. This was I just want to make it clear. These two, as far as I'm aware, Woofy and Skizzy never actually met in real life. This was an entirely online relationship, okay? So this guy is absolutely ass mad out of his mind over a Discord relationship, as far as I'm aware. Please correct me if I'm wrong on that. Have your mother send me the files ASAP while you aren't thotting around so I can end the dispute. I did it to protect myself because I don't trust you for shit. These are wonderful ways to talk to somebody. Where's the deleted messages from? Let me just zoom out a tiny bit. This is a big ass image. I just want the PSD with my finished shit so I can block you on this, let you rock. Why does he think that he is going to get anything after he talks to somebody like this? He types how he talks, yes. When he's mad because of ERP, quite possibly. He is a hero to the black community. He and Kenji have both demonstrated the absolute worst of toxic black masculinity, that it has permanently scarred the possibility of black supremacists getting it. Talks about another's mother, respond with, what about your father? Yeah, Skizzy, where's your father? Hey, what happened to him, I wonder? What is it about, what was all your earlier rap tracks about, eh? How did you break into the scene, eh? Where was your father in all of this, I wonder? Didn't your father ever teach you anything better? Didn't your father ever teach you how to talk about women? Didn't your father ever teach you that maybe women should be treated nicely and kindly, as opposed to the way that you did? Reminder, not only he have father issues, he's got mommy issues. Can somebody in the Discord please repost the lyrics of his rap stuff? Because he has some fun stuff in his past that I have unfortunately not had the chance to put on screen just yet. Because remember, he himself said earlier that if you do something that you're an asshole in your past and you change your identity, that stuff still applies. So I feel absolutely no problems with saying this. You know, if he wants to say that I was, you know, that I'm taking things out of context, no, he was the one that said this first. Again, look at the thumbnail for this video. I'm quoting him directly. It's more than just being friendly and playing games, considering you over there smutting around right now. So yes, I'm a feel a type of way. You shout on me, never made an attempt to come see me, but hops on a plane with his bum for the quickness. Good, enjoy your thought time after you get me my shit die or whatever. I don't care, I just want my shit so we can finish this deal, and you can maintain your wash. If he had a father, he would have known the belt. No impulse control. It's obvious someone with no good parents, if any at all, underestimates any authority figure, including this girl's mom. Someone put some beats to that, lol. I hate these people. So do I. Ooh, Proctor getting K-ass mad. I still have no idea who or what K-dot is. Reminder, not only here, father issue. Yeah, I already read that. Whole world hates his ass. He's lucky to be alive right now. And MF is trying to breathe to Colgrave, could you please format your stuff a tiny bit better, because that's really hard to read. Let's look at seething V-tweeters for a second. Oh yeah. Oh, I also thought that since we are pointing out, since we already pointed out two black creators who went against him and said that he wasn't there, he didn't represent them, I felt that maybe we should also bring up somebody else who did support him. Why don't we have a look? Which one is it here? No, that's the support posts. Here it is. Should be. No, that's for something else. My apologies. Where the hell was it? I swear I've not done the things that I should have. I do apologize for how much I'm kind of rushing things around. If you want the 9/11 story about his mom, let me know. Oh yes, here it is. Let's just have a look at this. This is one of his raps. Intro. I guess I've got a confession. I've got daddy issues in the sense of him not being here. Go figure, right? I guess I'm a statistic. But F it, what a better time to tell him how I feel about him than on my debut. So if you're listening, listen. Dear father, what the F's the matter with you? Was mother not good enough? Was I an effing issue? You begged for her to have me, crying into tissues. Now here I am, N-word, you gone and I don't miss you. Why? Because you were one of those people that were inside your life, but you were never here, and so you never get that right. See? You never took a moment to teach me how to be a man, and yet you not being around is what made me into a man. Yeah, a pathetic man. The irony is murder, but I'll show you no gratitude, because mother was the only one to deal with my attitude. See, mother's love and cherishing, father showed discipline. But mother was all I had. When I'd scream, she was listening. Listen, N-word, I met you once and I hated it. It was a graduation you missed. I lived to replay this shit. Ain't this some shit? I wanted to save this for a while. I hope they cut your balls off so this don't happen to another child. You know how it feels to see your mother struggle? Bills coming, meals needed, all this got her puzzled. Do you know how it feels to see her always shedding tears? I mean, honestly, this is actually honestly like pretty sad. And this again, like something like 70% of all black families in America only are one parent only, and the vast majority of those 70% are women. This man is literally every African-American stereotype ever. He is like that FNF song about I will make you say you are proud of me. Stereotypes exist for a good reason. At least he knows not having a father effed him up. Yeah, but it's a Freudian excuse. Like Freud was like this. Oh, it's your parents. Your parents messed you up. I don't care. If you have look at Kirsche, for example. Kirsche had a mother who was a crack whore, who made her walk miles every day to get food with her brother. Look at Kirsche now. She's a nice person. She's got intelligence. She's got thousands and thousands of very loyal fans. She's a wonderful person. And she says outright, don't, be good to people. She wants a husband who will give her children and then stay with her. She doesn't want a lifestyle like her mother had. By the way, the GF has open DMs if you want to do the pros thing you do to make girls I considered talking to her, but honestly, I don't feel... I dislike being like a tabloid journalist and jumping into people's DMs and be like, hey, you're going through a lot right now. I want you to talk to me about it. No, I'm not going to do that. Like, maybe if more stuff comes out about it, I might talk to her, but I don't like chasing after people the moment they drop something and go, hey, do you want to talk to me? Do you want to talk to me? Do you want to talk to me? No, I'm not like that. I don't like that. Cough welfare state. She's a VTuber proctor. The chance of her getting married to a good man are astronomically low. I mean, it's happened to some VTubers. Look at, isn't it Sanshin on Twitch, who I watch occasionally, who has an extremely lovely model. Hey, actually, Sanshin on Twitter, on Twitch is a great example of a VTuber with a beautiful model. Let me just have a look at her. Sanshin VTuber images. This one. You want a good maybe why the hell did that lead straight to a well, I suppose that's like the non-questionable one. Okay, I don't think that one has porn on it. And let's have a look at this model for an example of an absolutely beautiful black model. This one. Sanshin is segs. Breaking news: Proctor is afraid to talk to black girls. Like, look at this model. This model is absolutely gorgeous. Oh, the abs on that model, it's beautiful. Vexoria is also married with a kid, cute kid. She's not really black. Look, it's virtual. Post Char. Oh yeah. What's her second name? Sarcastic madman. Like Charlotte, isn't it Charlotte X Bear? How much do you bet that I find porn in this Google image search? Okay, I need to add the VTuber tag to that, otherwise it just shows me weird celebrity stuff. Open image, new tab. So yes, I'll give it to you. I'll give this one to you, Sarcastic, because this is also a rather nice model. Definitely has certain assets and features that are appealing to the eye, shall we say. So you can make that model any color, it will be fine. I'm so confused. That's not a 6-pack, that's an 8-pack. I do love muscular women, I'll admit. Just admit is the tail you biased. I'm always biased towards fluffy tails. Are you joking? People consider this light skin. I've literally seen black people with lighter skin than this. Are you joking? She looks cute. Spino, please, restrain your dinosaur autism, please. Proctor is just, look, a muscular woman is obviously going to be a better choice do you want a fat woman who is, like, obviously going to be less healthy? No, you want a muscular, healthy woman because she's going to produce far better children that way. Like, her genetics are going to be stronger and everything. She's probably less likely to have health issues that she'll pass on to a child. It's all about the... I'm going to stop talking about this now. I remember a lot of people being disappointed when Sansin wasn't a... Why are people like that? I already asked her what kind of dinosaur she likes. It's too... Spino. I'd rather have a woman who is neither obese nor on testosterone with a 6-pack. Skizzy has daddy issues and he talks like a 13-year-old playing CSGO. I'm not surprised he's getting flamed on Twitter. It's just so sad. Again, my annoyance with him is not so much that he is making a fool of himself. Anybody can make a fool of himself. It takes a special kind of person to take what could have been a legitimate argument and make it completely pathetic and impossible to take seriously. Which is another thing. Oh, shit. Pardon me. Give me a second, please. No, I'm dying. Also, hello, BB. Very nice to see you. You picked a wonderful stream to join, BB. His ignorance and stubbornness is a modern marvel. No, it's okay. I just inhaled, and just a bit of saliva in my throat went. Oh, blimey, my eyes are actually weeping. Give me a second, please. A bit of saliva in my throat just went down the wrong way completely, and I started to choke, so I had to mute myself for a second while I coughed. But fortunately, it's not too bad. I will be able to keep talking. Ow, my eyes. Oh, salt in my eyes. I didn't know you went live. Oh yeah, BB is pretty brown, IRL and model-wise. BB is a very cute number 3 brown woman. Proctor is not a fish. No, I am not a fish. I am a bird man. I am not a fish man. No, that's somebody completely different, okay? Although he does get more merch than me. I would really like a bird plushie or something sometime. The African American strike back. Oh dear, don't. But I also thought that while we're here, who am I being pinged by now? Why am I always being pinged multiple times? Use this photo. Sarcastic madman watching made me. Oh dear, sarcastic, please, sarcastic. The VTuber industry is a rapidly changing industry. Eventually, VTubing will no longer be associated with kayfabe. I agree. I really hope that the kayfabe thing about VTubing just goes away at some point. Again, I think that it's perfectly okay for VTubers to want to only be known by their avatar. That's perfectly fine. What I don't like is the idea that, even hinting at the idea that a VTuber is not some perfect anime avatar from the digital universe is just completely unacceptable. Like, that's stupid. That's really, really stupid and dumb. I think that people get far too parasocial about that. Proc, we need to get to the hot gossip Google Doc that includes you in it. I will, in a moment. Play the video. What video? It's kayfabe, not kayfabe. Look, I've only ever heard Kirsha say that, and Kirsha says it as kayfabe, okay? So, look, if my Kamiyoshi pronounces it one way, then obviously I'm going to pronounce it that way too. Debatable, it's winter here now. That's oh yeah, I forgot that the seasons are reversed for you, isn't it, BB? So it's it'll be winter there while it's summer here. But aren't you, like, you live in Peru, don't you? Isn't it, like, still really warm over in Peru while it's winter? Kirsha says everything wrong. Yes, but that's cute. It's cute when she says something wrong, okay? It's really cute. She's also from Boston. Proctor, if I followed my Kamiyoshi's pronunciation, I'd be saying shit like pillow. When it comes to VTubers, I like the relatability of them. Oh dear. Anyway, I thought that I would also want to just loop back a little bit for a moment on one of the things that, because as I said, like Shizzy was complaining that VTubers were saying the N-word when they obviously weren't. And the one that he was getting into hot water over was Amelia Watson's PL, because he played a clip of Amelia Watson's past life saying the N-word. And the problem is, she wasn't actually saying it in a derogatory way. And somebody kindly provided me with the actual video that where she said this. And I'm not going to put it on screen, obviously, because it shows her real face. But I do want to play the audio so that people have full awareness of the context of what it is.
And they're talking to each other, like, across this 15-foot gap. And so the one behind me is just yelling. He's just, like, saying random shit, like, man, I'm gonna fuck these twinks and fucking gay-ass niggas. And it's and he's like, oh, these kids on crystal meth, man, I'd eat that pussy like a bacon egg sandwich. It was really funny. I mean, it was kind of like, all right, guys. And the other one was just, like, repeating what he was saying. He's just like, yeah, yeah.
I don't know, guys. That doesn't sound like somebody deliberately saying the N-word to insult black people. Ami Love, yes. Ami is a very nice person. And she's got a very interesting past. Definitely a very interesting past. There's a surprising number of HoloLive girls that have been pretty active. I knew there was more to this. Yep. Again, I can't show that on screen because then I would basically be directly doxing Amelia Watson's face, which I'm not going to do. I'm not going to, to be as stupid as Shizzy. Shizzy has no humor confirmed. Yeah, a guy that says the N-word roughly 5 times a second somehow has a problem with a white woman saying the N-word when she's talking about another black person saying the N-word. Don't let God see the forums. He may have an aneurysm if he gets triggered by the N-word. Again, I don't like the N-word particularly. That's why I'm not saying it. I don't think it has any power or that it's a particularly nasty word even. I just don't like saying slurs, okay? Make a video about it and put it behind a... We're not going to press Nosagi here, okay? Give me just 1 second, by the way. I need to blow my nose again. Ah, there we go. Let me just let back to just chatting for a second because there's a universe where Ami applies to face and gets the Kamachi Paco model. That would be a very, very interesting universe, I'll be honest. We're going through these lyrics earlier as well. I don't care too much about them again. Let me just clear up my tabs a few seconds before we continue. That's the Martin Luther thing. Dear me. I'll apologize for what he said. Oh yeah, I also thought, let me just refresh this. Let me just actually open this in my original one because this, the browser that I'm currently using does not have the restore YouTube dislikes. Sorry, let me just ignore that. Was this the one where he got mad about... Yes, it was. This was the one he got mad about Kelly. So I just want to point out that on the I'm sorry VTuber community video that Shizzy posted, there are currently 3.2 thousand likes, and there are 4.7 thousand dislikes. So yeah, he's getting ratioed pretty damn hard at the moment. The N-word only has power because people give it power. Exactly, it does. Fico got shot today in Slovakia. I've heard of that. I mean, obviously that's a political thing I don't care about right now. Maybe I'll talk about that on Wednesday, we'll see. Ami heard Shizzy talk. He was offended by the imitation. Any word can be a slur if used with enough invective. Yes, exactly. They will stop VTubing and just focus on their streaming because of validation. Look at... I've heard something about Bao recently, but I haven't looked into it myself. I never thought being called a that and a Drake just because of mild take saying I don't want this guy to represent me in a tweet. Wait, is Drake supposed to be a slur? What? Doesn't make any sense to me. All these HP kids learn nothing from Voldemort / he who must not be named paradigm. Just like Shinzo Abe did for opposing that kind of thing. Oh, you're still going on about the... Yeah, maybe I'll get a bit more political. Well, I'll cover a bit more modern topics in my next video on Wednesday. Does it have to do with her getting scammed? I have heard something about that. Somebody asked me about that, and I pinged the Discord, and I was like, hey, can somebody explain this stuff to me? Pardon me. Drake means dragon. What? Yeah, why would being called a dragon be a racial slur? Like, if you called somebody a flamingo, for example, I could see that being a racial slur. Maybe calling somebody a hippopotamus if they're very fat would be a slur. But like calling somebody a dragon, yes, I would quite like to be a giant fire-breathing lizard that terrifies all those who stand before him. Okay, please call me a dragon, right? Drake is Canadian rapper. Okay. Maybe I just misread that. Right, that's a bow thing. Don't need that. Oh yeah, here it is. A video full of randomly picked examples. Yeah, this was Curry. I quite like Curry, okay? A lot of people don't like Curry for some reason, but I think Curry is surprisingly based. And this was what I was looking for earlier as well, so let me just tab back into here. There we go. Yeah, Curry Rinchi said, a video full of randomly picked examples of VTubers saying the N-word with no distinction in what circumstance and context it was uttered. The cherry on top is him revealing Amelia Watson's face and tying it to her HoloLive identity. Censored my screenshot for obvious reasons. I'm pretty sure that just says reasons. Coincidentally, the VTuber who capitalized on Silvervale's misery is there too, celebrating it. Yeah, that's Aurora McQuee. How the hell do you pronounce that saying? And of course, she bands together with him. Yeah, look at this. He literally doxed her face, and then he points an arrow saying, yeah, this is her. Like, this is Amelia Watson. You don't get any further than that. Where was I now? Here it is. And this was who I was looking for, like Skooma. Of course, he's friends with that Kenji clown. Kenji, my guy, monkey, cool monkey. And notice that, as I said earlier, Kenji has said nothing about all of this. Kenji, a few weeks ago, was raging to the heavens about racism. And yet when his friend comes out and talks about racism in the VTuber community, Kenji is mysteriously silent. I wonder why. That clout-chasing ghetto trash? WTF is that La creature in the thumbnail? Yep, that's him. A grand dragon? Drake's a discount dragons. I mean, Drake's are still pretty cool, honestly. And in addition to that, where is it now? I will have to put it up on my screen. Give me 1 second, because there was another person who defended this post, and I will just find him right now. Please give me a moment, because I have to cross-post this to the Discord and then put it up on my screen. Or maybe I can open it as a PDF, can't I? Yes, I can. Is this what I want to do? Yeah, here it is. Here it is. Well, give me 1 nanosecond, please. Let's go to here. This is a PDF. Look here. Look right here. Look right here. You know where this tweet is now? Yeah, this tweet was deleted. I wonder why. I wonder why Ivanito would delete his tweet. Oh, yes. Ivanito, this wonderful paragon of the VTuber community, was coming out in full support of this guy. And then 16 full hours later, he deleted this tweet after thousands of people had called him out over it. Because this moron, this prize among idiots, didn't realize that either he didn't realize or he didn't care that Shizzy accidentally, well, deliberately, quite deliberately doxed Amelia Watson. I don't know why I'm even saying accidental. No, that was completely deliberate. And I don't want people to forget this. I don't want people to forget that Ivanito did this. Not because I hate Ivanito, but because I think it underlines the massive amounts of double standards that is going on here. These people don't care if they attack people. They don't care if they harm people. They don't care if they damage people's reputation. He's a simple black man. He sees black. He goes, who is this guy? I hate when fleshies cross over with VTubers. I'm pretty sure Ivanito has a VTuber model or something. He just doesn't use it. Another grifter? Yes. Ivanito is a massive grifter. And again, this guy has actually gone to Japan. He has met high-level industry people in places like HoloLive. There are pictures of him around the place with the founders of things like HoloLive and Niji-Sanji. He has met those people in real life. And then he has the genius idea of retweeting and commenting on a video that doxes one of the biggest VTubers in the entire world, in the biggest VTuber industry in the whole world, whose owner he has actually walked around the streets of Japan with and taken selfies with. Let that sink in. Let that level of stupid and self-destruction sink in for a second. That is the kind of brain power we are dealing with. Pardon me. It just astonishes me how people are these days. How they don't think for even a second from all this. Now, what else did I have for people? Because there's a ton more. Oh, yes, there was the wonderful, allow me to just download this. I need to turn this into a PDF and then, or actually, should I save it as an image? I think an image works as well. No, I think a PDF, because the PDF will preserve the video, the screenshots that he makes. Let's go over the response that Shizzy made to all of this, because, yep, this guy just cannot stop taking L's. PDF file, what do I name it? Why the hell? No, that's YouTube. Sorry, I'm saving it into the wrong folder. I'm just massively messing up everything here because I'm a genius. The Google Doc. And this was apparently in response to the post that was made about from Woofer, which I will just put up on screen just 1 nanosecond because this is an evolving situation. Because she posted just literally as I was, how long ago was that? Like minutes ago, actually. Well, not minutes, but very, very shortly ago. I had attempted to contact you, Shizzy, about payment because you said no less than $500 a month. I was okay with this and congratulated you on your new endeavors. You missed February, no contact, March, no contact, and now May, no contact. Twitch pays us both at the same time, but regardless, I'm patient and I sent a message asking about payment. No reply. So I think you can imagine my confusion. Now, to my surprise, on debut, I saw a 3D model reflecting my assets instead of the 2D model. I do not mind you going with another artist at all, but I think anyone can imagine how this is frustrating when the model is not finished being paid for, but other models are being brought in the meantime and have the same images being used. You can't tell me those assets on the 3D model weren't my art. And again, that is okay. I just would have liked to know, but you blocked me everywhere. Proctor E. Burb, super genius. I've tried to remain business forward in all of our exchanges, and you know this, even when you were crashing out. I just would have appreciated a response to the payments when I had initially contacted you in March via text, Discord, email, and PayPal. Still $15 behind when you had promised me $500 per month, not nothing. I think you can understand my frustration. Thank you. This plus Johnny Somali is not a good look. Always be on guard against shit starters, especially when they're ninjas, because destroying their shit is their MO. Let's be real, he deleted it because he did not want to fall from Cover's good graces. If Ivanito is somehow in Cover's good graces, I'll be amazed. Pardon me. I apologize for my rough throat, by the way. Cody Rinchi and Proctor collab would be cool. I've contacted him and he said he'd be up for it. I'm just not entirely sure what we could collab about, honestly. Don't lump us up with this dummy. A lot of us don't act like this. I agree. Again, just make it transparently clear. Let me just fit this on screen here. I really should learn how to move the text stuff more. Whoops, no, that's not what I meant to do. There we go. I'm not attacking all black people. I hate it when idiots like God give them a bad reputation. That should be very clear. I think that black people deserve as much representation as they can ever get. Thank you for having a decent sounding keyboard. Thank you very much. I think my keyboard still sounds pretty loud. Black people deserve all the representation they can earn in a competitive environment. Communities need to self-police and gatekeep. Yes. And I think the black community should gatekeep people like Shizzy because he is objectively a bad influence and he is objectively a bad reputation. He promotes hood culture. He promotes violent culture. He promotes aggressive culture. Black people don't need that. Black folk get a bad rap because of ninjas. Exactly. And these people like Shizzy, they don't want to get better. They don't want to improve. They don't want to have standards. They want to be excused for the bad standards they have because they claim because it's all because of racism. Whereas a black person that has actually pushed himself up, that has taken advantage of the immense opportunities that he has in the world right now, is somebody to be praised, is somebody to be complimented. I don't know who would consider that VTuber avatar to be good representation of anything other than a complete mess. Oh, you haven't seen his bloody stream overlay that he uses. Anyway, allow me to just look at these screenshots too. So here she proves 500 monthly work. I'll be sending more on some months, never less than 500 though. So yeah, this was 11/24/2023. So that is over 5 months ago. More like 6 months, actually. Just over 5 months, actually, because that's the 11th. Contacting you in regards to your live 2D project, you agreed to pay at least $500 per month till due date of December. You are now 2 months delayed, amounting to $1,000. Wanting to figure out what is wrong or what is the cause of the delay. Happy Easter, Brianna. I mean, I would be... Yeah, she doesn't care. So that's 3/24/24. So that's a month or two ago. Wouldn't it be 2,000, February, March, April, and May? April is paid. That's very strange. That somehow makes things worse because that was recent that he was working on this video, but he thought you were just going to be quiet or this wasn't a big deal. Yeah, it's absurd. He said he was going to pay you today. I don't think he would want me to show the reply. I read the Google Doc and he said he was going to pay you today, but what did you get replied with in the text message? I don't think he would want me to show the reply. I'm sure he didn't want you to show the world that he's a deadbeat that has abused the goodwill and patience of an artist, but here we are, put him on blast for the world to see this. Yes, exactly. She should show what he sent her. It was probably very, very polite and very, very nice. Who just pinged me and goes... Oh, that's somebody completely different, sorry. Okay, let me just get his document up on the screen. Give me a second. And now open with Brave. Here we go. Just scroll in a bit. Ninjas is a goofy way to say, oh, I see, the N-word. I don't know who would consider that. We've already said that. Not even hood culture is all bad, to be honest. The type of victim crying outrage is, though. I absolutely agree. Give me just one other second, because, again, I've hurt my throat just a tiny bit from that coughing fit earlier. Ah, that tastes really nice. Just make sure that I'm fully caught up on this stuff, and also let me look back at my live thing. Okay, let's go through this. I apologize for the flashbang, by the way. How many times is it going to be your final statement? I know, but shit pops up and it has to be addressed. In regards to the Smash community, I found out about the allegations involving people that were a part of my circle once the stories came to light like everyone else. Now, I want to note here that one of the things that has been brought up about his past is the idea that he was involved in the Super Smash Bros. Tournament community. And he was friends with a pro player who flew to Mexico to sleep with a 15-year-old girl. And according to the allegations, and I say allegations because I have not actually been shown hard proof about this, and I don't accuse people of things that I don't have good proof for. According to the accusations, he has defended the man who went to Mexico to sleep with his 15-year-old, and a lot of people are saying that he was one of these Smash players and that he was one of the people that was involved in this underage grooming thing. I have seen no evidence of this, okay? As far as I know, what he is saying here about being part of the community but disowning the person who ended up in Mexico are true. He is not lying here. And my attitude is always, if you want to accuse somebody of something, at least accuse them from a position of factuality, which is one of the reasons why I held off on making this stream before people in the community who knew him before started speaking out against him. In regards to the Smash community, I found out about the allegations involving people that were a part of my circle once the stories came to light like everyone else. Not only did I disavow their actions at the time, I have severed all ties with them since. During the time involving these allegations, I was at home, and there is plenty of proof to show this, whether it be clips, testimony from friends, or tweets made at the time of all the pro Smash players were being rightfully outed for their disgusting behavior. There have been allegations of me going to Mexico with Smash players who have been caught up in anything involving CSA. These allegations are both baseless and inflammatory. To my knowledge, the entire Mexico allegation stems from someone confusing me for D1. Considering that my name was not mentioned in any allegation related to these events, it is bizarre to me that people are spreading this story as if it was a fact. I've just been pinged. No, that's somebody completely different. And yes, as far as I am aware, he is telling the truth here. Extraordinary claims require extraordinary proof. There's no proof he went to Mexico or knew of anyone going to Mexico that I've seen either, but people are accusing me of making that accusation. Yeah, and allow me actually just to go to... Why the hell are my chats desynced? Oh, that's seriously annoying. I can't pin your message, Murray, because it's not shown on my stream chat. But hopefully it'll be there soon. But if I could pin it right now, I would, because I agree with you. There is no evidence as far as I asked for evidence on Twitter, and somebody sent me something that was completely different that didn't say what they claimed it said. Smash people are still being exposed this day, 2017, 2024. In fact, let me just alter this. I believe him when he says he had no involvement with the Smash stuff. Right, let me just make that completely clear for everyone, so there is no misconstruing. Because again, although I don't like this guy, I will defend him when he is accused of something there is no evidence of him doing. I am not going to try and snap out at somebody for stuff there is not clear evidence of him doing. Whoops, there we go. Never played Smash, always heard that it was bad for years somehow. Yes, I agree. Smash is terrible. Whining on Twitter and posting Google Docs. A battle rapper, by the way. Yeah, fair is fair. Only attack people for things you know they've actually done. Links to validate. Not to mention him being, yeah, he mentions my thing. I've never seen evidence that he did anything like that, so I don't care if people want to post this on my tweets. I can't stop them. If I could delete the things like this, I would, because, again, I don't like people accusing people of things that there's no evidence for. Why did you delete the original tweet that went viral? The initial tweet that went viral was deleted because it came to my attention that the woman whose faces I had in the video weren't public-facing streamers. You guys made it extremely clear that the reasons you were outraged were because this VTuber had her face in the clip, despite the fact that she separates herself from her prior facecam streams. In regards to the Japanese and Korean VTubers doing a GTA bit as previously addressed, that was a clip that I found funny taken out of context, which rightfully pissed you all off. 2 tweets that followed about me re-uploading the video were also deleted since I found out I can just cut the clip out of the video in the YouTube editor, which I did. Deleting the initial viral tweet was the only way I could remove her face from it. Wait, can't you edit? Like, doesn't Twitter Blue allow you to edit tweets? I'm fairly certain you can. Now, in response to the thread by my ex, I'll address my behavior towards her in our DMs first. Because we had previously established business arrangements, we decided to keep those arrangements going until they were completed. In hindsight, this was a terrible idea. Top 5 worst ideas imaginable. Because we just came out of a toxic relationship and the window staying open for us to converse inevitably led to arguments about the relationship. It was a toxic relationship that led to a lot of strong negative emotions from both parties. Does that make it okay? Nope, absolutely not. It was disrespectful and I'm wearing that. It is what it is. I hate that term. It is what it is. Talking about VTuber assets. Despite the fact that I now have assets that match my skin tone, the lack of darker-skinned VTuber assets is an issue that affects the wider POC VTuber community. I hate that term as well. I understand bringing up that it isn't my problem anymore, but it doesn't change the fact that it was at one point my problem, and it's still a problem for a wide majority of other POC VTubers, especially smaller ones who might not have the means to commission custom art. Now, anyone who has done art for me knows that I'm meticulous about my shit. I would call it shit too, because all your art is disgusting. I send references on references on references and make changes on changes on changes to ensure my vision is accomplished. In other words, you are a micromanager and most artists hate you. I'm starting to realize why most artists won't work with you. Because let me tell you, I know some good VTuber artists and they constantly tell me the worst thing possible is a guy who micromanages your process and is absolutely infuriating to work with because he will not simply be quiet and let you work. The point where it gets annoying for the artist, but they're always paid and compensated for any extra annoyance because I know it gets really tedious. Every artist I've ever worked with can attest to this, everything from pics of Cameron, stills from Sir Pilo videos and images found on Google. I was no longer using the model she made, so I needed them redrawn with the same references I provided to her. There was no plagiarism on the side of the new artist, everything was done by them through references that I sent. Everything else were ideas I came up with and explained in detail, as I always do when commissioning art. Again, having decided to opt for a different model, her drawings were scrapped and I moved forward with other artists to bring my ideas to life, since I don't know how to draw, but always know exactly what I want. I always practice... I'm not even going to read that sentence out loud. Any artist I've ever worked with throughout my career could attest to this. What this does is perpetuate a falsehood of poor business practice on my behalf when the truth is very much otherwise. Look at this hideous stuff. This is just hideous. Big pun mad, some good music in the late 90s. That would make it even more of a hellscape. Imagine liking a tweet about how tuna rocks and then getting cancelled because they changed the tweet to Pol Pot had some good ideas. It is what it is equals please don't analyze it further. He seems to be feeling the heat because there is his apology. I believe edits are locked after 24 hours. Okay, alright, that's fair. That's fair. I do understand that logic. Thank you for pointing that out, Zen Gunman, that's reasonable. Sir Pilo has a disgusting art style as a joke. Yeah, this and here is this guy Shizzy using it legitimately, like being like, yeah, I want that art style for some reason. In fact, can somebody in the disc, I had it earlier, I'm very sorry for not having this stuff up before, this is genuinely a failure on my part, but if somebody can bring up his Steam overlay for me to put on screen, just to show how hard he goes into the art that he does. In regards to the payment of the model in question, we had agreed upon two things. Payments were to be made in $500 installments. However, I also made it very clear that due to my current circumstances and prior arrangements, payments might be sporadic. I have made 3 payments thus far with the intention to pay her for the month of May, Twitch payout being on the 15th of this month, meaning I will have made good on 4 of the 6 payments. Framing it as if I was not planning on making good on our agreement upon payments is disingenuous and harmful, also true. Ultimately, the amount due, $6,000, would be paid to her by the agreed-upon due date, December 24th. Payment so far, with the most recent being last month, April 12th, 2024. We also got paid today. We also get paid today, May 15th, and she'll receive another payment today. How much do you want to bet that if she hadn't made a stink on Twitter that he would not be paying her today? For the complaints about me sending money on other artists because I'm no longer using her model, it's within my rights to go to other artists for their services. Yeah, but it's also a dick move. This has no effect on her payments. While I understand that having each other blocked on multiple platforms make communication difficult, we ended things very poorly, and being able to reach each other outside of business would be detrimental to us both. We have a verbal agreement that I've kept, even with outside forces occasionally getting in the way, and plan to follow through to completion. As shown above, we have no reason to talk. In regards to threatening her friend, I gotta wear that. Out of frustration and anger, I expressed to both my ex and her friend that I wanted to put my hands on him. I'm a very passionate person, and I won't lie that my emotions get the better of me and I act off impulse. It's a problem that I work on every day, and sometimes I F up. Not an excuse, it is just what it is. And there he goes again. It is what it is. Mate, you put your ass out to the entire world, and then you doubled, tripled, and quadrupled down on it. That is not working on it every day. That is exactly what it looks like. You are only being repentant because thousands and thousands of people have called you out on this. Check stream material proc. Thank you very much. I will put that up in a minute after I'm full reading this. He genuinely needs therapy, borderline personality disorder, or some... Lennox has borderline personality disorder, and she's one of the nicest people that I know. She is so nice that even despite the fact we have radically different politics, I still find her a very nice person to talk to. It is what it is, bullshit excuse. Yes. Wait, dude acts off impulse? I would never have guessed! Oh, it's sippy time, 1 second. Where was I? Not an excuse, it just is what it is. I'm a crash out. What does that mean? I'm a crash out. There was a lot going on between us at the time. We would argue as exes sometimes do, and things would get heated. Again, not an excuse. It just is what it... If I had a penny for every time he says this. It was wrong, I know that it was wrong, and I shouldn't have told her friend that I wanted to plant him. I wonder how many hip-hop artists have gotten shot over similar disputes. The way I disrespected Shorty was bugged out, point blank, period. We should have communicated with each other better. I apologize if my actions caused her to think that her art was stolen without credit. However, that is not the case. I would never disrespect an artist's work. I think you disrespected her work by asking her to draw such a disgusting model, frankly. And she'll be credited for anything that she made that I use. To her friend again, I shouldn't have said that I want to plant you. You got dragged into some shit you had nothing to do with because I was bugging the F out over a toxic relationship with someone I was emotionally involved with to a high degree at the time. While constantly being reassured of us getting back together on her behalf and mine as well. Again, I wish to remind people, this was an online relationship. This was not a physical relationship. This was two people flirting in DMs online. Toxic relationship which he caused, parenthesis. Toxic, so overused, I agree. Triggered someone by calling Hasana moderate and Destiny far right. Next time he has an issue of race, everyone should respond with "it is what it is." Sorry about 400 years, bro. It is what it is. I'm sorry, I keep getting lost. These are the remains of a mutually toxic relationship mixing with business when it shouldn't and turning more than it should have. We would argue, curse each other out, say very hurtful things to each other, etc. But I am by no means a danger to her personal safety, and I have never been. I would dispute that. It would have been best to completely end all communication, but hindsight is always 2020. As it was, and it will continue to be going forward, the only contact I intend to have with her will be strictly through her continuing to receive payments for the model as previously stated and as she has been. That should just about cover everything that needs to be addressed. See you all soon. He raps more about Pokemon than anime than guys. This dude is the type that would kill a girl and her boyfriend because 2 years after they broke up, he finds out she's in a happier relationship. Yeah, and I can't help but notice also that she has been able to provide multiple DMs. Again, this is a sign of somebody who has no cards to play. She has been able to provide receipts of him calling her multiple disgusting things, calling her a hoe, calling her a whore, etc. and so on. Well, she has provided DMs of her being nothing but polite. I would bet anything that he has no receipts of her saying nasty things to him, while she has plenty of receipts of him saying nasty things to her. I find that very interesting because, let me tell you, if somebody accused me of this and I had receipts to prove that they were at least as bad as me, you can bet your ass that I would be publishing all of those receipts immediately. And now, I do wish to sincerely apologize for the hideous thing that I'm about to send you. Because this is his stream overlay. Let us just zoom in a little bit and behold the beauty that is before us. Do you think this is a man who has appropriate relationships and attitudes towards women? Do you think that... Let me just remove chat for a second so that we can just bask in awe at what we are seeing here. To just gaze upon, because this is that a butt? Yes, it is. Let me just get rid of my PNG tuber too, so we can see it all. This is awful. Is this some sub? This is some sub 90 IQ stuff, isn't it? The Coomer, Azihara, please. Read my chat, Proc, you have to. Let me just, sorry, Discord is kind of bugging out a tiny bit, sorry. Which one is it? Let me just scroll up. His stream overlay in the only medium in which... His stream overlay is the only medium in which he can accrue white women. Clown has Peach, Shantae, and Nessa in his overlay. Who would have guessed Mr. Sparkletuber over here would have had a handful of mental illnesses? I mean, this is just absolutely absurd. This is complete... Oh, isn't... Wait a second. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Let me just Google this. 1 second, please. This is very important. This is a very important data point I feel like pointing out. How Oh, okay. I'm gonna forget about that because Nessa is actually 21 years old. I was just curious for a second because I was like, wait, he's got a Pokemon character there. Aren't most of them underage? But no. Okay, fair enough. I will not go down that route. That is a mature character. That's fine. No wonder I tuned out fast when I saw his video at first. White women aren't all that. All women are good. And if that's Miriam from Bloodstained, I'm declaring a race war right now. Oh dear. And again, the caricature here. Why as somebody who claims to be an oppressed minority, why would you want to represent yourself like this? Why? Also, Widowmaker, Tifa, Takemi, Sheik, Morrigan, Brown Woman Love, I just came back. Welcome back. What is on screen? Horrors beyond our comprehension. Yet, you're trying as a VTuber, as somebody who is supposed to be representing the black community, you are trying to accuse other people of racism, and yet your own artwork is the most disgusting stuff. Can you imagine for a second? Look at this one. Let's look at this one. Let's scroll in a little bit more and look at this one. Right here. This one. Right here. Can you honestly say, if a white person were to draw this and put it on Twitter, do you think that they would get accused of racism for portraying a black caricature like this? Like, this is a black caricature. You could so easily draw a picture like this, put it on somewhere, and then accuse this person of being a white supremacist who is demonizing black people as all disgusting, thirsty goblins. Yeah, as Colgrave just said, yes. Yes, yeah, people are agreeing with me. Like, this isn't just me. This is a caricature that a racist would draw. Wait, wasn't he sitting there calling people out for being little meat beaters or whatever? His entire overlay is him incel thirsting over waifus. Where the white woman at? His choice in video game girls is peak. Shame he's an absolute clown of a caricature. What's that old saying? It's okay when they do it. Yellow fever, jungle fever, brown fever. It's gross. Yeah. And other black creators have pointed this out. They've pointed this out directly, that this is disgusting, that this actually pushes back black people in modern culture, because black people emphasizing this revolting hood culture just brings their entire personalities down to that level. This is not good representation at all. So his overlay is a goon cave. Evidently. I don't even know what the hell is going on with this one. Like, what? Oh, I see. Just look at this. This is just, this guy has porn on the brain. This is the overlay of somebody who jerks off at least 5 or 6 times every day. I think my guy just gets no tap. He's almost 30 and, well, I just don't know. Oh, he has a song about past relationship, so let me just look at this too, because I was sent this by Sarcastic. When was this? Does it say when this was released? Oh, 2014. See, I've been wandering the streets, watching everyone from the hustle to the beef. Never had a brother there to guide my direction, so I had to learn with the moves of my feet. Had to take a whooping or two to learn fighting, even though I'm good, I don't really like it. Had to deal with the N-words there, be thinking they royalty. None of them MFers don't know about loyalty. Yeah, you have something to say about loyalty, don't you? Consider the status of your relationships. They talked about it. I watched them talk about it. I got surrounded 20 deep and no one walked up out of it. With bats and boots, they beat me down. I didn't walk up out of it. I came up out of hospital. They want to talk about it. They claim they were ride or die. They ran. I had to fight or die. And then these N-words had the nerve to run their jaws about it, saying they apologize and how that shit won't happen twice. Oh, this is it. Sorry. I thought that was the highlighted part was the second verse. My apologies. I don't open my heart to many women because of my name. Nowadays, I just some bitches winnings. For social media, digits, broads get emotions spinning. I catch on and they get cut like opening ribbons. I get looked at as a come-up, but I ain't stupid, so that's where most of y'all F up. Wrong cases thought I belonged in the wrong places, just like I bared my heart to the wrong faces. I've been led on by a woman I was falling for, so it's obvious she made a N-word fall before. So the game you bitches run, I ain't falling for. Now I'm quick to ask, what's the reason that I'm falling for? I'm either a rebound as part of your selfish motion, or cause I'm buzzing, I'm a tool for your... I'm just thinking of Kirsha and her vibrator posting right now. Whatever your motive was, revealed that I was a fool to trust. A woman of your grade, now these streets ain't for the two of us. Stop writing it with it. Oh dear, second verse. I actually understand the story of his lyrics despite laughing. Wow, cringe. Yeah, this is some incel stuff, by the way. Born in 1991, apparently he's a year older than I am. Good grief. He's got nothing on OG Lock, though. Again, I don't know who that is. I wonder if that's why some artists don't want to draw black VTubers if it's not up to par, or the VTuber does something they will be labeled as a racist too. Yeah, that's actually not a bad point. Man, that one GF and nothing else. I think that there's more lyrics just down below, or not the worst rap I've heard, far from good. Yeah, I'm not necessarily dissing the guy's rap, but how much of this is this third one? Look, I've developed a bit of bitterness, because this ain't a place of love, and honestly, I'm sick of it. I still choose to call it home, although I don't F with it. Knowing what it comes with, I guess I'm a glutton for punishment. Mate, you never a truer word was said. N-words only cool when they want something you've got. Bitches play you like a fool till you're no one, and then it stops. There's no such thing as permanent here, and I want to make a switch. This life's got me sitting here saying shit like Jaden Smith. There's lots of people and moments I wish I could forget, but I ain't leaving yet, because I wish to do it with no regrets. The only thing keeping me here is now my business. No bitch, no homie, just work that's unfinished. No love, no clique, just feelings left diminished. And once it's all over, I'll be gone in an instant. And so to the woman who did nothing but leave, to the N-words in whom I believed, don't utter nothing when I leave, I'm ghost. I think after what's recently happened to you in the VTuber community, you're definitely a ghost. Yeah, no, wow, yeah. Wow, yeah, no wonder he hates Maury. He's jealous he can't write as good as her. Oh, back then there was no such thing as permanent. In the channel, he has chorus. I just wanted your attention. I just wanted your affection. I just wanted to feel special, because my love is not a rental. I just wanted you to focus, doing things I hope you notice. I just hope you didn't blow this. I just hope you didn't blow this. I think he blew an awful lot of things, honestly. If you want the 9/11 story here about his mum, let me know. The mom issues. Let me just turn off my sound for 1 second, because I don't know how loud this is. White women can rap and write better lyrics than a real hood gangster. Sad. I don't know, why do you not say the F word? I don't like saying, like, shit is about as far as I'll go, and even then, I don't particularly like saying it. I just say it because it's a slightly nastier word than poo. I don't care about that. Let me just turn on my desktop audio for a second, because I need to go to the bathroom, but I will probably put this on as background noise while I'm gone. Can I open this in Open Link? Yes, I can. Will it play back? It won't play back. That's very annoying. No, it just wants me to play back like that. Okay. I mean, this is just this idiot and his face cam, and I'm not going to show his face on screen because I don't know if he'd call that doxing or whatever. He's a good Christian boy. Maury mogs this. When they do a rap battle, he'll be destroyed so hard he's going to cry to his fictional daddy. Anyway, I am going to go to the bathroom now, but I will let you listen to this in the background because it's some wonderful things. Just because you did thefts, doesn't have a father, had some difficult times, doesn't make you gangbang. Yeah.
The scenery look all different and shit, right? Y'all in my room right now. Cue the sad music. Story time again, fuckfaces. September 11th, 2001. One of the most tragic days in history. For those of you who don't know what happened on 9/11, you're fucking stupid. Go Google that shit and then come back to the video. Now, I'm not gonna have a story of strong will and survival for y'all today. No. What I have is even better. I have a more dramatic story for you guys today. So stay with me. So let's take it back to that day. It's September 11th, 2001. I'm 9 years old and in the 5th grade. So I'm in class doing what all 5th graders do, you know? Fucking mad bitches, breaking pencils, eating lunch, and drinking chocolate milk like a fucking boss. And fucking more bitches, and breaking more pencils, and eating more lunch, and drinking more chocolate milk like a fucking boss. So yeah, I'm in a packed class on the 4th floor. Top floor shit. So when shit goes down, motherfuckers on my floor see that shit clear. So my teacher, Ms. Dunn, is making us do some writing in script, because apparently 9-year-olds are supposed to use cursive. So we're working in total silence when all of a sudden, this kid named Alex that sits in the corner gets up and goes, "Oh my god, a plane hit the World Trade Center! Oh shit! Oh shit!" He ain't really say oh shit though, because you know we 9. So it was more like, oh man, oh goodness. Now let me stop the story right here to tell y'all that I was an oblivious 9-year-old. I ain't know what the World Trade Center was or anything. My day consisted of Dragon Ball Z, video games, cereal, candy, and sleep. So when this nigga said plane crash, I ain't care what building it was. All I knew was plane, crash, go boom, oh my god, scream, terror, fire, run around in circles, oh my god, oh shit, oh my god, oh shit. Back to the story. So the classroom I was in was a direct view to the World Trade Center. This nigga Alex screamed and everybody and their mama started running to the window. So you know shit was going down. The view that my classroom had was so good that motherfuckers were coming from other classrooms to look through our windows. Cause you know, we had that good shit. So here we are, a bunch of little kids watching one of the most dramatic moments in history go down. People are dying and all we can do is watch from the distance. Cause you know, we're kids. Fuck can we do? Especially me. I have a lot of hair. I think I'm highly flammable. So yeah, my teacher Ms. Dunn is trying to take control of the situation and trying to calm us the fuck down. So she tells us to take out paper and draw what the fuck we see. I ain't want to do it, but I had to. So I did that shit quick as fuck. Wanna see how that shit went down? Nah. Na 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 na. That was my World Trade Center. So at this point, we find out that both buildings are on fire. Everybody starts freaking the fuck out. Boom. A few minutes passes, the first tower goes down. Motherfuckers are screaming like, "Oh my god! We're next! We're gonna die! Oh my god! Ah! Ah! What the fuck?" Minus the curses, cause you know we're young. But cause you know, we little ass kids. And if we see some epic shit going on over there, we think we next. So the tower goes down, and this is when the parents come into play. Phones start ringing like a motherfucker. My teacher Ms. Dunn is like, "Hello, yes ma'am, I'm gonna send your son down now. Yes ma'am, I'm gonna send your daughter down now. Yes, oh my god, stop fucking calling my phone." Motherfuckers are picking their kids up fast as a motherfucker, just in case this is the final hour. Now, me being the little naive motherfucker that I was, I didn't have the whole situation wrapped around my head all the way. So as far as I was concerned, this was a reason for me to go home early. You feel me? Bow. The other tower drops, and more motherfuckers are calling the phone. And these calls are coming in fast as a motherfucker. My teacher Ms. Dunn is like, yes, I know. Miss, I understand. I'm sending your kids I can't take this shit! Motherfuckers are flying into the classroom, grabbing their kids and leaving. Just to make sure niggas are with their kids before we get annihilated. So now, damn near everybody's gone from the room. It's just me, a kid named Jonathan, 2 girls, and Ms. Dunn. I'm still holding on to the hopes of my mom bursting in through the door and taking me the fuck home. 2 hours pass, no fucking phone call, and she ain't burst through the fucking door. What the fuck? So now, I'm sitting there with the "my mom don't love me, I eat ass" face. Like, now, everything's starting to hit me. A motherfucking building just went down, a bunch of people just died, all my friends went home, and I'm stuck here with this teacher teach me script. I'm 9 years old. What the fuck am I gonna do with script? Fuck my life. The school day finally finishes. My mom didn't even come to pick me up. My uncle's friend had to come pick me up. Ain't that some shit? This woman had me in her stomach for 9 months. 9 fucking months. She's supposed to be responsible for me. She's supposed to love me. But not only did she refuse to pick me up from school when total annihilation was going on a few miles away, she couldn't even pick me up when she was supposed to. What the fuck? So I go home, and this dude, who's pretty much my hero now because he saved me from total fucking annihilation, is chilling with me in the kitchen. We're watching the news until my mom comes home from work. I put "mom" in quotes because what fucking parent doesn't come to pick their kid up from school when all his friends leave and fucking shit is going down right over there? A fucking terrorist attack is going on right in plain sight, and this bitch didn't even come to pick me up. Take me the fuck home. Love love me. Love me. So let's skip ahead 10 years. I survived. I'm still here. Swag to the max. Wink, wink. It's September 11, 2011 right now. Unless you're watching this on a different day. And, you know, I feel as though some things are left unfinished. So it's breakfast time. I'm snacking on my cereal like a boss. Everything's peaceful. So I jokingly say, hey ma, remember when 9/11 happened? How come you ain't come pick me up from school that day? Brace yourself now, people. This is the most heartbreaking part of this story. Yes, the terrorist attack happened, but this is the most heartbreaking part of the story. Brace your fucking self. I ask her why she didn't come pick me up that day. She looks me dead in my face and says, I didn't think it was necessary. I was working. You mean to tell me 2 Cloverfield-sized buildings go down and you don't think it's necessary to come pick me up? These 2 big-ass buildings got blown the fuck up, terminated, disintegrated, obliterated, fucking toasted, and that wasn't necessary to come pick me up? You mean to tell me that you didn't want to spend what could have been your final moments with your fucking son? You mean to tell me all my fucking friends got to go home early and watch cartoons and shit while I was stuck here learning script for some fat bitch while I'm 9 years old, and you could have come pick me up from school? I don't even know you! If you have any 9/11 stories you want to share, make a video response or leave them in the comments. But in all honesty, people, this was a tragic situation. Families were torn apart. A moment of silence for all those that were lost.
Well...
God bless the families of those that were lost. Thank you. Rebel Squad!
God damn, this guy just doesn't shut up. So can I share, Proctor shits on Freud, but it sounds like he was right, honestly. Remember to like and sub and click the bell! Except on my videos, not his. She also probably couldn't leave without getting fired. Yeah, I agree. He's crying because he didn't get to watch cartoons on 9/11. I mean, oh no, I totally sympathize with him now. I'm sorry, Mama, I never meant to hurt you. I never meant to make you cry, so tonight she's cleaning out his closet. Is this the part where he starts crying because his dad didn't show up and his mum had to leave him at school? He doesn't cry, but I feel that some tears have been shed by this guy about his parents, and honestly, that's the most sympathetic part of it. I'm very sad that he didn't have a father, and he seems to understand that not having a father really messed up his life, which is fine. That's perfectly fine. I think it's terrible. I think it's absolutely tragic that so few black families have a father figure in them. But that doesn't excuse acting like an insane man-child and knowing you're acting... he admits that he acts like an insane man-child in his 30s. He doesn't have that excuse. He doesn't have that excuse. He can't use the Freudian excuse any longer. No, sorry. You're in your adult years. Your brain is finished developing. It's time to actually evolve as a human being. I'm pretty sure I was still in my class as well when 9/11 happened. Granted, I was in the middle of nowhere. Arclight, that's going a little bit too far, okay? That's what he got out of the situation. Yeah, apparently he got out of the situation that he's angry at his mother that he wasn't allowed to go home on 9/11 and watch cartoons. And I'm nearly done with the stuff that I intended to cover about this guy. However, there was something that I wanted to read through before we ended the stream. It's not too long of an article, but it's by probably one of my favorite authors ever. Evolve as a human being, that's racist Proctor. Now, according to Black history, blacks are already more highly evolved than white people, don't you know? You know, because wasn't it Kang that bred the white race? Or something or other? I don't know. I don't follow Black history. But I wanted... Let me just put on my avatar and the chat and everything. There we go. I wanted to read this article by Thomas Sowell. Crippled by their culture. Yakub. Thank you, Yakub. For most of the history of this country, differences between the black and the white population, whether in income, IQ, crime rates, or whatever, have been attributed to either race or racism. For much of the first half of the 20th century, these differences were attributed to race, that is, to an assumption that blacks just did not have it in their genes to do as well as white people. The tide began to turn in the second half of the 20th century, when the assumption developed that black-white differences were due to racism on the part of whites. 3 decades of my own research led me to believe that neither of these explanations will stand up under scrutiny of the facts. I also just want to mention for the record, that Thomas Sowell is black. If somebody is ignorant enough not to know who Thomas Sowell is black and grew up in Harlem. As one small example, a study published last year indicated that most of the black alumni of Harvard were from either the West Indies or Africa, or were the children of West Indian or African immigrants. These people are the same race as American blacks, who greatly outnumber either or both. If this disparity is not due to race, it is equally hard to explain by racism. To a racist, one black is pretty much the same as another. But even if a racist somehow let his racism stop at the water's edge, how could he tell which student was the son or daughter of someone born to the West Indies or in Africa, especially when their American-born offspring probably do not even have a foreign accent? What then could explain such large disparities in demographic representation among these 3 groups of blacks? Perhaps they have different patterns of behavior and different cultures and values behind their behavior. There have always been large disparities even within the native black population of the US. Those blacks whose ancestors were free persons of color in 1850 have fared far better in income, occupation, and family stability than those blacks whose ancestors were freed in the next decade by Abraham Lincoln. What is not nearly as widely known is that there were also very large disparities within the white population of the pre-Civil War South and the white population of the northern states. Although Southern whites were only about 1/3 of the white population of the United States, an absolute majority of all the illiterate whites in the country were in the South. The North had 4 times as many schools as the South, attended by more than 4 times as many students. Children in Massachusetts spent more than twice as many years in school as children in Virginia. Such disparities obviously produce other disparities. Northern newspapers had more than 4 times the circulation of Southern newspapers. Only 8% of the patents issued in 1851 went to Southerners. Even though agriculture was the primary economic activity of the antebellum South at the time, the vast majority of the patents for agricultural inventions went to Northerners. Even the cotton gin was invented by a Northerner. Disparities between Southern whites and Northern whites extended across the boards from rates of violence to rates of illegitimacy. American writers from both the antebellum South and the North commented on the great differences between the white people in the 2 regions. So did famed French visitor Alexis de Tocqueville, whose works I really should read more of. None of these disparities can be attributed to either race or racism. Many contemporary observers attributed these differences to the existence of slavery in the South, as many in later times would likewise attribute both the difference between Northern and Southern whites, and between blacks and whites nationwide to slavery. But slavery doesn't stand up under scrutiny of historical facts any better than race or racism as explanations of North-South differences or black-white differences. The people who settled in the South came from different regions of Britain than the people who settled in the North. They differed as radically on the other side of the Atlantic as they did here. That is, before they had ever seen a black slave. Slavery also cannot explain the difference between American blacks and West Indian blacks living in the United States, because the ancestors of both were enslaved. When race, racism, and slavery all fail the empirical test, what is left? Let me look back at the chat for a second. We don't know what sort of work she was doing. She could have been a nurse or toll booth worker for all we know. And he was originally a Marxist, but realized what a load of shit it was. No, Proctor, you can't notice things. I am very bad at noticing things. The culture of the people who were called rednecks and crackers before they ever got on the boats to cross the Atlantic was a culture that produced far lower levels of intellectual and economic achievement, as well as far higher levels of violence and sexual promiscuity. That culture had its own way of talking, not only in the pronunciation of particular words, but also in a loud, dramatic style of oratory, with vivid imagery, repetitive phrases, and repetitive cadences. Gee, sounds a little bit like rap, doesn't it? Although that style originated on the other side of the Atlantic in centuries past, it became for generations the style of both religious oratory and political oratory among Southern whites and among Southern blacks, not only in the South but in the northern ghettos in which Southern blacks settled. It was a style used by Southern white politicians in the era of Jim Crow, and later by black civil rights leaders fighting Jim Crow. Martin Luther King's famous speech at the Lincoln Memorial in 1963 was a classic example of that style. While a third of the white population of the US lived within the redneck culture, more than 90% of the black population did. Although that culture eroded away over the generations, it did so at different rates in different places and among different people. It eroded away much faster in Britain than in the US, and somewhat faster among Southern whites than among Southern blacks, who had fewer opportunities for education or for the rewards that came with escape from that counterproductive culture. Nevertheless, the process took a long time. As late as the First World War, white soldiers from Georgia, Arkansas, Kentucky, and Mississippi scored lower on mental tests than black soldiers from Ohio, Illinois, New York, and Pennsylvania. Again, neither race nor racism can explain that, and neither can slavery. The redneck culture proved to be a major handicap for both whites and blacks who absorbed it. Today, the last remnants of that culture can still be found in the worst of the black ghettos, whether in the North or the South, for the ghettos of the North were settled by blacks from the South. The counterproductive and self-destructive culture of black rednecks in today's ghettos is regarded by many as the only authentic black culture, and for that reason, something not to be tampered with. Their talk, their attitudes, and their behavior are regarded as sacrosanct. The people who take this view may think of themselves as friends of blacks, but they are the kinds of friends who would do more harm than enemies. And I think that really speaks for itself, doesn't it? And I think that Thomas Sowell is an amazing person that I'm so glad to have been exposed to the works of. I would very much highly recommend his book, Black Rednecks and White Liberals, which I definitely do not have a copy of, and do not ask me for a PDF of, because I would never pirate anything and it's terrible. As I said right at the start of this video, I have immense sympathy for a lot of the problems and the struggles that black culture goes through. However, as its own critics say, you can't possibly look at this and say that the kind of things that Skizzy and so on propagate are good things for the black community. That culture of violence and destruction, fatherlessness, of aggression, of self-pitying, of refusing to rise up but instead tear people down, it solves no problems. All it does is create new victims. Do you think that that Shizzy is going to be a good father if he ever gets a proper wife? Do you think that he's going to repeat the mistakes of the past? I certainly do. He's somebody who is perfectly willing to lie. He's somebody who is perfectly willing to embrace all of the things that his early rap complains about. He hasn't escaped the hood. The hood lives with him. It lives rent-free in his head every day. Bimutek. Racism obviously holds the black demographic back to a degree, but it is not the cause of their pitiful states. Asians exist. They have suffered racism. They are nowhere near as degenerate. Yes. Go and look at the treatment of Chinese people by Australia during the colonial era. And look at the way the Chinese people were. By the way, Proctor, you have about an hour before paper starts. We probably still have enough time to talk about the Duncan guy. I doubt he's hood. I mean, his rap is basically talking about being in the hood, so I think that he was saying he was in NYC, so he was probably in some kind of hood area of NYC, but I don't know that for certain. He could have been born in some upper class place. I apologize, I'm getting a ton of DMs, but I'll just mute this thing that's spamming me with DMs. Mute conversation. Yeah, Proctor, could you sorry, why did I just say my own name? Good grief, I'm going insane. He lives in Brooklyn. Yep, that checks out. Thrine, could you remind Kirsha that Kyomaru liked one of the tweets that was talking about her blacklisting? So, like the big VTuber news guys definitely know about it. I'm not sure why they haven't spoken about it. Sorry for that aside. The Duncan guy. Oh dear. You just get past it. Yeah, you can get past pretty much anything in life. Don't let yourself be held back by your circumstances. Again, this is why I like Kirsha so much, because Kirsha has every right. This is why I like Kirsha and I like Lennox. Because both those people have had terrible lives. They have had terrible lives, and they were brought up in very bad circumstances. And yet they made a determination that they would not let that back. They would not let that start in life rule them. They would not be as bad as their parents. They would not be as feckless as their parents. And look at them both. You know, Lennox is a lot worse off than Kirsha in terms of physical and mental health. And yet she still manages to be a good person. And Kirsha, of course, you know, has thousands and thousands of very, very loving and loyal people that are after her. And they will follow her to the ends of the universe, as will I. Because I'm a simp. Kyo has talked about it in his streams, but hasn't gone into detail. So far, the only one that has talked about it is Penumbral, and he doesn't like Kirsha. Penumbral gave a very, very stupid take on it that I won't cover now, but yeah, he was an idiot. Purple Keem hasn't uploaded a video in 2 weeks, I agree. Last I saw of the Duncan F slur, he was getting felted by Rakita. I didn't expect him to see him around VTubers. Oh yes, we do have in fact time to, because I do have some tabs for this. Give me a second please, to organize my tabs, because I did Duncan. So yeah, Duncan, Idaho, for some insane reason, decided to speak out in defense of Shizzy. I mostly have his stuff saved, so I will just get it up on screen in a moment. Where on earth is it? Yeah, Duncan argues with people about Amelia. Duncan goes offline. Shizzy and Duncan. Okay. Copy all of those. Because I've archived all of these tweets, by the way, because I fully expected most of them to immediately delete everything the moment people started complaining about them. Just upload to the Discord. And now I can open them on stream. Because this is just one of the most embarrassing things that I've seen in a very, very long time. You open all these tweets. Here we go. There's the big one. I think that Duncan might have deleted his original tweets about defending Shizzy, but I definitely have these ones, which are very amusing. The Rakita / Duncan debate was hilarious back when Rakita was practically on top of his game. I think it's so sad that Rakita has become the way that he is. Least parasocial proc the moment. Sorry for the dumb, but did you just mention... Who did you just mention? Comfy Lennox. Allow me to just spell her name out. Oh, wait. I didn't like me to do that. Comfy... Yeah, that's the full name. I highly recommend looking her up. She's actually got a Starlink going now, so she should be able to start streaming again sometime soon. She's a very nice woman. A very, very nice person. The only white stuff Vouch saves is... Hello, Super Duper. But yes... For some reason, Duncan decided to speak up in defense of Shizzy. And it went very, 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 very bad. I think this is the original one. Did Amelia ever post that she's the other streamer of her own volition? And Duncan says, that's irrelevant. She's a public figure, and it was so obvious, people figured it out day one. The only reason she keeps it secret is that's how HoloLive operates. If you're a public figure and you post shit online, it's there forever. It wasn't some reason Shizzy asked him to. Can people... I can't find the original tweet where he first spoke out about this, so if somebody could post it to me on the Discord, I would really appreciate it. I've only got, like, the responses after he started getting BTFO'd. But other people posting their IRL face breaks the contract. And he says, it sucks to suck. Maybe she should have cultivated a fan base that would make false pedophilia accusations, because I'm about to post her face every single place it's relevant ad infinitum with how y'all are behaving. Yes. Just for you and you alone, I'm going to go find the shit Shizzy deleted and buy ads to show that the old VTuber and the new VTuber are the same person. Then you can try and call the police on me for the illegal act of doxing. Deal, or you want to back this dumb F point down? Do it. I hope you do. You will be painting a target on your back like I never could. Let me look. By the way, Ami's fan base has nothing to do with this. Not even one day, day zero, before she even debuted. And in the end, he said, I'm heading offline for today because this shit is getting old. The TLDR for people curious is I got chased off the internet and will probably go back to being off the internet. I used to pretend it didn't bother me, but KF beat my effing ass, so I left. However, I will always come back if I see thousands of people being racist towards my friend and making up false allegations. If I can help even a tiny bit in disproving that shit, then I'll swing back around any time. And as people started beating his ass again, here to reply show what truths you want to hide. You got chased off the internet for saying having sex with minors is less pedophilic than jerking it to a drawing, defending a now utterly proven fraud, and being an insufferable midget hypocrite. Get on the wall. And every single one of these comments is entirely negative. Bro, you somehow made it much worse, like it was already bad, then you came along and threw water on an oil fire. That's quite an accomplishment. So your good faith argument, this is him, didn't he say this after saying he would leave? Apparently you are perfectly fine with your own friend's racism, enjoy being a lol cow, yep, all this kind of thing. And we also have the Duncan stuff up here, which I will just go to, because... this is something that Hoku no Tism said. It's worse to jerk off to Lolly than have sex with a 17-year-old. These are the people trying to moral crusade against VTubers. How are they all sex weirdos? And as Kuririnji points out, let's have a listen to this, shall we? I've got the Duncan clip. Where's the Discord? This is the Duncan clip, I think. Let's have a listen to this, shall we, guys? Oh, wait, I forgot. Oh, there we go.
To be into Lolly than to sleep with a 17-year-old. To be into Lolly than to sleep with a 17-year-old. It's not worse, because the 17-year-old, actually a victim, actually underage, and there is a physical, there is a person who suffers there, but it is more pedophilic. At least a 17-year-old they have secondary sexual characteristics. They are, you know, adult-bodied, if not adult-minded, so that's not as pedophilic as jacking it to fucking children, drawings of children. Because pedophilic means something very simple, which is before puberty, right? You know where you stand on? We disagree on some stuff, but that's why I know you're one of the most genuine and kind. Oh, thank you. Appreciate that.
Oh, I'm not going to scroll down any further. That might be questionable. Why even make this argument? He's literally one of those people that says, it's inhibiphilia. The black screen makes you want to overlay Lolly Requiem behind him. Somebody should do that. That's hilarious. Somebody tell him that saying nothing is an option. Yes, saying nothing is very much an option, and for some reason he decided not to. I'm very entertained by all of this. Yes, Duncan, ignore actual harm being done to an actual person. Where in the Discord do you want me to post the clip of him saying Shizzy asked him for help? Literally just tag me, and you can put it in the cafeteria, that's fine. Cafeteria is just fine. Of course, the Keffel's ball washer is fine with 17-year-olds. Yeah. And he also went on a massive spurg about Hololive not being a billion-dollar company too, which I also thought was hilarious. All of this because Sizzy say please and get a hug from Shizzy. Yep. I have just been ponged, I think. Where the heck have I been pinged? Oh, that's from the Gen 2 Odyssey server. Yeah, that's... That ain't it. That ain't it. I love how the guy that just joined the streamer mode just says his name is N. So we've had a literal N word join our Discord. Once again, VTubing is a magical industry where you win by doing and saying nothing. In the realm of the how tall is she argument, yes. Because Duncan's only known claim to internet fame is getting massively destroyed by Nick Ricata when he wasn't drunk. I think this is the... Oh, here it is. Here it is. Let me put that on my main thing. Thank you very much. Just 1 second, please.
My honor kind of thing, and I just like, you know, defend my honor kind of thing.
Defend my honor! Yes, defend my honor as to why having sex with a 17-year-old isn't statutory rape.
I just replied, I'm retired. Yeah, I messaged him saying, "You alright, bro? Those anime waifu lover guys are crazy." And then he's like, "Could you do a quote retweet for me?" And I said, "Yeah, I'll even come out of private." He says, "Thank you, bro. Get your argument Duncan on, please, Lamfail." So he wanted me to get argument Duncan on, which people know about. And I just said, "I'm retired." And then he said, "Please, bro." And I don't know the last time Shizzy said please to me. And he promised me a hug. So, like, yeah, for a Shizzy hug, yeah, I'll come out for the one time. Like, you know, defend my honor
that's
kind of
auto
thing.
looping. I remember he had a debate with Nick Ricata, and immediately afterwards he got his channel banned. This was at the peak of Racket's channel, and it completely ruined it, and it still hasn't come back from it. Someone can explain to me what is said, nice clip, because I don't understand almost any words. Oh boy, it's this a-hole. I wonder if he asked Shofu for help. He certainly, if he asked Kenji for help, then Kenji hasn't said anything. I might stream again on Wednesday about this if more stuff comes up. They whip out Kyorinji on the spot. Anyway, gentlemen, I think that's pretty much it for tonight. We have all had a great deal of laughter from all of this, and I think the VTuber community has been successfully gatekept. I'm actually extremely happy that the response to this complete nonsense has been as powerful as it has been, because people have very much spoken out against the madness that is these accusations, and they've pointed out all the hypocrisy, and they also haven't risen to the bait. This is the thing, that this guy could be spitting facts. He could have made a good argument, and he didn't. And what's more, people also did what they should have done. They dug through his background, and they found out exactly why he was saying this, and they pointed it out. They didn't, you know, call him ridiculous names. They didn't insult him. I should make your thumbnails. You're more than welcome to make thumbnails for me. I don't care. What accent is that? Oh, the threads of pedo-simping are entwining. Gatekept, I agree. I'm curious if any of this will come up at the black panel at Off-Kai, whether or not they'll rush to defend this or rightly call it out for the wrong type of representation they deserve. They'll just ignore it, honestly. I almost guarantee you that they will ignore it or make very, very, very thinly veiled references to it. Why are you dressed like a femboy? Because the person who made this PNG is a massive Fujoshi. Why do you ask? I'm actually thinking of getting a new PNG. I have somebody lined up who might be willing to do me a PNG. I'm just not sure what I'm going to make. I really need to think hard about what I would like, because I want something that actually suits my the thing that I like, because I like the colors of this. I actually do like the colors, and I also like the expression of this avatar. I think this PNG actually represents the way that I feel about streaming an awful lot. An actual W for VTubers. We need to celebrate the few ones we have. Yes, this could have turned out badly very easily. I wish I was black to go out. I wish I was black to bring it up at that panel. Ugh, sorry. Get bowler hat or derby? I don't think I'll have a hat. There are some ideas that Denna sketched for me that I might legitimately use to represent. They will say that a brave black creator who did nothing got harassed and received racial slurs from the white supremacists in the VTuber community to the point where they shut him down. That is entirely possible. But again, the way that you deal with all of this is to know the facts. This is why I didn't stream immediately when, well, I was too tired to stream immediately, but this is why I waited. Why it's always a good thing to wait when these things happen. Is your PNG more like your PFP? My PFP is literally that guy for like Mihawk from One Piece, who is the only One Piece character that I actually like the look of. All the other One Piece characters I don't like the look of at all. And he's a bit too, I think he's a bit too, I don't know, grizzled. I'll admit my voice does not fit a Mihawk style avatar. It just wouldn't. I do want something that looks, that my voice sounds natural coming out of. But again, I intend to get a new microphone that's a little bit deeper than this at some point, because for some reason this microphone makes my voice sound far higher pitched than it actually is in real life. And the thing is, I know that my voice is deeper pitched in real life because, like, I've heard my voice played back on professional quality sound systems, and it sounds a lot deeper than it does over this microphone. Best way to deal with this is to avoid calling them slurs so they can't play their race card. I agree. Your voice also doesn't fit your femboy PNG, but you do you. I mean, if you say so, I think that it, maybe it doesn't, but again, I kind of like this PNG. It's kind of cute. And also, Denna drew it for me, and I quite like Denna. So, again, I don't particularly care overall. I literally got into VTubing with a bird avatar, so the production quality, the amount of money that I have spent on VTubing is zero. Literally. I have never paid any money for any VTuber asset or anything on my stream, anything at all. Nothing. And I've gotten pretty far on nothing, because, well... But yeah, I think that's more or less everything, guys. It's been... How long have I been streaming for? Nearly 3 hours, I think. Maybe a little bit longer. Let me go back to my stream thing and see what I've been doing. 2 hours and 44 minutes. Sounds about right. Maybe get to Shizzy's model if he decides to sell it when he eventually quits VTubing. Azahara, I hate you. I really do hate you sometimes, Azahara. Good stream. Yes, thank you very much. I will probably see you all on Wednesday. I sincerely doubt anything as big as this will happen by Wednesday, but we'll see. Maybe I'll do some more politics stuff on Wednesday. Maybe I'll just talk about VTubing. We'll see. Thank you all very much for coming, and I will let you all go and see Pippa now, or wherever you want to go. And actually, let me just check on the channel itself, my channel. We are not too many subscribers away from actually being able to raid people now. So I would... we've only got 223 subscribers left before I can raid people. So feel free to shill my stream anywhere. So that if people... I actually hate subscriber counts on YouTube, because if I get 100 viewers and I got 1,000 subscribers, that means that I have 900 people who are subscribed to me who are not watching my streams. I really don't like this. Oh, do you need partner to raid? Yes, you need at least 1,000 subscribers. You don't need partner, but you do need 1,000 subs. Unfortunately, I have nothing to watch Roka. I have nothing to watch. Roka ended her DS streams a while ago. That's a shame. Anyway, I will let you all go now. Thank you very much for coming, and I will see you on Wednesday, I hope. Good night. Good night, everybody.